Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 10 action. I am joined tonight by the one, the only, man of very many titles, though I guess most primarily nowadays, Mr. 5 Rat 4 Staff Analyst Man. It is Logical Dota. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good, Badger. That's all doing good. Drafts already. Oh, drafts already. Very Android. Okay, I hope I didn't ruin the cam. Marcy. Oh god, we're gonna have to deal with new voice lines the entirety
Oh,
of
it's
the
gonna be a
game.
great time, I'm sure. It's gonna be a fantastic time, I'm sure.
Have any of them? I assume you've watched some of the games that have gone on. I think there was two NA series that went on today, right?
Yeah, there was
Or,
EG versus Wildcard and Seals taking on Dogchip. There were
Mhm.
most certainly lines in both.
Did you see any really good ones?
I'm a fan of the Wildcard lines. I think they've got a good pack. Uh,
Mhm.
I think the Seals lines are pretty good. I still bought the pack to support the Double King and Rook. Decent lines.
Mhm.
I think other than that, can't think of any off the top of my head that are that good, but there's some good ones.
My personal I think the one I'm pretty busy today, so I haven't gotten to actually buy any of the supporter packs. The bet boom emote is so good. I can't not buy it. It's just like it's just a gif of the hawk pogging. It's like, I don't know. That shit's just really good. I'm gonna add it to every single one of my chat wheels.
It's one of those things where I've got to. I can't. I mean, I can see why you might want that, but I still have the classic. I'm not sure if you remember the DAC back in early 2015, Sumail's coming out party. There's the sunglasses, correction, double sunglasses Sand King emote, and that's the classic for me. I have that on seven of my eight line, seven of my wheels. You just can't beat it.
There are some really good ones like all the way back. There's like the Dark Moon one I want to say as well with like the chicken. I don't even know if you can buy it. I think you had to beat the event. That one's that one's a really good emote that you can put on your chat wheels.
We do have a draft on our hands, so we've been distracted
True,
by the
true.
the current events of Dota 2. What we have though is Crystal Maiden 5 pick, Pugna Marcy 6-7, Kunkka 8 pick. I've been seeing more and more Kunkka selected in the patch now. What's your thoughts on this upswing in Kunkka picking?
I'm not super sure as to why. I mean, I think being able to XTP back is really nice. It's always just been like a pretty solid flex hero. It can go safe lane, it can go mid. You can even go off lane depending on the lane. And then I mean, I don't really know if this is a real reason, but Kunkka, once you hit like level 3, level 4, you can always X yourself and then TP back to base, and so you're not as hurt from the salve changes as some other carries.
I'm actually interested to see if it ends up being that Kunkka character. Obviously, the hero who can flex to middle lane and even off lane, so maybe it ends up being the carry selection. But it also could be the middle lane as well, certainly. I'm hoping that Boring Zone's players end up tagging up differently when we get into the game.
Well, yeah. They'll be different.
I'm really hoping because this is gonna be hard.
You could see
Trying
from the
to.
chat. You could see they have different tags. Like a ZZZ.patience.
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's go. We. That's beautiful. Because I don't want to do with bomb block, lava, Chinese characters, other Chinese characters. That's a lot easier to do patience, Mr. Lens and Tianyi.
这波不亏，666，这波不亏，666。
Little does he know I have a delay on because I'm not an amateur motherfucker. I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. Parents from Cuba. They want to get drip fed some badger logical casting apparently, but where were we? Yeah, the draft was going very fast, and now it's going very slow, which is a bit unfortunate. We are getting some good bands out. We have Jug, Doom, Hoodwink, Bat, Dusa, Viper, First Phase, Pango, Ench, Dawnbreaker, Tiny, and Draiden Fanclub are chewing up the reserve time. The Enchantress was banned, and they appear to be panicking. They're spending a lot of time
I think it's a
on my
DOS plug though.
graphics.
I think just looking at this here, I think this is probably their support duo. It's gonna be the DOS 5 pug now. Sasquatch is gonna play Marcy. They're actually just picking in order. It's just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Which we'll find out if it is that exact order, I guess, at 18 and 21. But for now, you are correct. It is 5, 4, and then presumptively 3 for the Hobbs offlane
That's true.
Dragon Knights.
10 seconds remaining.
DK is. It's like he doesn't really have anything to combo with, but this hero is just really easy to play around. It makes your game a lot easier to actually just have a hard lockdown stun like Dragon Tail. You don't have to worry about any of these BKB cores. I think some of the other games that we've watched, like some teams just end up drafting no real like hard lockdown, and then when the other team gets BKBs, it's just really difficult for them to actually find kills anywhere.
We have a hero who is also very difficult to kill. It is that Death Prophet. So we have some very interesting long team fights in our future, I hope. Because these are some heroes who very much enjoy
10 seconds
sustained team fights. And I enjoy sustained team fights too. It means I get to have a fun time.
5 seconds remaining.
It's pretty good Death Prophet pick right now. I think it's kind of like it's a little bit bad against Pugna, but it's definitely really good in DK, both like in the lane and in the game, and then Marcia as well. I want to say it's just a strength hero for you to suck off of. Normally, you don't really want to dispose Death Prophet as well. I feel like unless you can do it before she like gets EXO off, which doesn't really happen.
What I'm interested in ending up seeing is how to follow up these two. Wait. Okay, so we have to wait until 23 pick for the answer, I suppose.
Interesting.
You have Shadow Demon selection, which I guess makes sense. The Purge, very valuable this game. Good against the DK, good against the Pugna. I guess you need Ags for it to be that good against the DK, but it's a lot of opportunity to be valuable here for this SD pick.
Yeah, I feel like SD, it's always like you can always like make reasons as to why the hero is good in the game, but I haven't really seen an SD very recently at all. So like, yeah, I mean, I think it can work. You stop heroes from getting decrypt saved, and then the Soul Catcher against DK is really nice as well because it's just like flat 40% of his health that gets reduced. You can steal some DK illusions as well. DK illusions are pretty powerful in Dragon form, so like I can see why. It's the same for Death Prophet as well, so it's like a nice pick. We'll have to see how it works though, because yeah, I mean, in theory, I feel like Shadim's strong pick, but I haven't seen the hero very much at all, even in games where you think it'd be good.
I think you may be onto something with your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 analysis, because we have gotten to 2, which means presumptively it will be a 1 pick at 24. So
10 seconds.
we're looking at most likely a DP versus a Void Spirit middle lane matchup. How does that normally look between those two heroes?
remaining.
It's really boring. I think nothing really happens. You can like, oh my god, there can you can die if you like really mess up, but most of the time nothing happens until level 6, and then either like the Void Spirit will go to a side lane and get a kill, or the Death Prophet. Sometimes the Death Prophet's winning the lane a little bit, gets a couple of dies over the Void Spirit, then you can bring your supports to the mid lane. You can get the tower on your Exorcism, but
Dire
it's not really. None of these heroes crush each other. It's a pretty even matchup overall.
Seem to see a lot of that in Dota nowadays. You see a number of these heroes being picked that are inherently good at drawing the lane, hitting the small camp, hitting water runes. But that's Dota 2 for you right there.
10 seconds remaining.
Seems like both teams could potentially need a carry hero.
5 seconds.
Both teams are banning as if both teams need a carry hero, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, I would be a little bit surprised. I mean, I think it would be better for Dire if they just had carry Kunkka and then they had Death Prophet either be like a mid or offlane. And then they picked an offlane hero, but I think that most likely what it's going to be is Tianyi offlane Kunkka because he has been playing that hero a lot. I got him on my Smurf actually, and he played offlane Kunkka. I got him one game, played offlane Kunkka in that one.
I guess the question comes down to where is the comfort for a couple of these players. I'm like desperately trying to look up the Dota bus real fast to see if there's a number of Kunkka being picked for this team, but at first glance, I'm not seeing Kunkka as a top hero for any of these players. Though I'm sure a number of them can play it to a good degree.
Yeah, I think I can literally just go click his profile and see what it is.
10 seconds.
He is actually he hasn't played it very recently at all, but I do know that he was. Faking. Oh, am I lying? Actually, does he not play it?
Let's go trawl the Dota buff stats real fast. You have the
I'm looking in game. I want to see his Dota buff plus level, or not his Dota plus level.
is there a way to
Yes.
check that for heroes that are not displayed?
10 seconds.
You just got to go find their most recent game of it and then click it. But he hasn't played it in so long. I can't scroll down anymore, and I couldn't find a Kunkka game. So I'm just lying through my teeth. I'm just spreading misinformation over the internet.
Yeah,
He does
little
not.
do you know, he is a pocket Kunkka. He's not playing in pubs.
Radiant
It's a good
I
chance.
swear, like I could link you. Okay, yeah, I mean it is. It actually, it's probably mid Kunkka, offlane Death Prophet, but they pick a carry hero anyways. Alchemist, very strong hero, pretty good this game. Yeah, seems good. I'm a fan. Dyer's draft so far. Radiant needs some damage. I feel like Void Spirit's pretty decent damage. DK's is pretty bad damage, and then Pugna and Marcy don't really do that much damage either for supports. Like, oh my god, I don't know what's happening, but outside,
What's going on
Ricky.
outside either, but I'm hope. Oh, I hope you're doing all right outside, but inside we have a Ricky carry selection. That is, I know it's a hero that Nier really enjoys playing. I don't know if he thinks he's is good or not, but I know he enjoys playing it.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, he definitely plays his hero. Like even if it's very bad, plays his hero. I think I mean, he definitely plays it when it's been good, like the Battle Fury Axe era. I can't tell honestly. I feel like Ricky is not amazing this game, but it's pretty. It definitely feeds on the supports, and then it works decently and nicely. Like they got a pretty fast lineup on Radiant with Void Spirit, Ricky, Dragon Knight. You get an early blink on the DK, you can kind of just go run around and kill heroes.
Does Mr. Lens have me muted? Does he have me muted? I linked it, I swear. I swear I linked it.
No idea, but that'd be pretty funny. So
I swear I linked it. I'm scrolling up.
I
I'm
see
seeing it right
I clicked
there.
the link.
The link exists.
Didn't see it. No. Okay.
Okay, you didn't see it. Okay. I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of. Back in the day, I was a player you might mute in pubs sometimes. And what can you do?
What can you do? Yeah.
I'm a PMA reformed caster now.
It's a mid cut also. I see if it's Dota before. I wanna check this. But there's probably some casting to be done.
I'm sure there is. I mean, I can cover you for a half minute. Don't worry, because we're hopping on in here for game number 1 of Draiden Fanclub taking on Boring Zone. Both these teams are 3-5 currently. I'm sure both teams were hoping for better than that, especially with Draiden Fanclub. The expectations were higher than that. But tonight is an opportunity to get all the way up to 500, get your possible top 4 playoff seed run in check. For now, though, it is a 2-game series. My name is Badger. I'm joined by the one and only Logical Dota, and already we are seeing Nier zoned away from his own jungle. He'll be forced to sit under tower, and we have even more time to look up stuff because we have a pause
Okay.
from Draiden Fanclub's very own festival.
I found the game and I wasn't mistaken. That is Tianyi, but still he has 14 games of Kunkka on this account lifetime. So I guess I was lying a little bit. But he played it and he was successful. We won the game very quickly.
Sometimes you gotta have like the read though, even though if a player doesn't play a hero that often, if they're good at the hero, you just gotta have that read. And I know logically you're a good, at least in my experiences, you're a good drafter for reading these things. I remember when I was playing some in-house games with you, and you were like, "Hey Badger, do you play Abaddon?" I said, "No, pick me Abaddon," and now ever since that day, I've been spamming Abaddon. So perhaps you just have a good character read on that one. Maybe
Is that
Tiani is a Kunkka archetype player. This is a true story.
That's okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize. Oh my god, I have to go back and find that game because I do remember. I think I got you through a bunch of heroes, right? I don't think it was just Abaddon. I think I think you played 5 for a couple of games, right?
I'm sure you tried other ones and they're like, all
Yeah.
right, this is not working out. We need a simpler hero. Let's go have it on.
That was the patch I think that was a while ago. And I think in that patch Abaddon was also really good.
I think it was before Abaddon was good, because Abaddon was good like 2 months after that. I remember like the Chinese players and like Panda Boo were all playing it like 2 months later. I don't think they're playing it that much at the time.
Mhm.
I could be wrong. It's been a few months, but
Abaddon's easily your most played hero on Ticket games now. That's cool.
is it? Oh god, it happened that
Yeah.
fast. That's the problem with we're still paused. That time to rant. That's the problem with back in the day. Back in the day, logical. They didn't give out tickets all willy nilly. So like the bulk of my entire Dota experience in lobbies is not recorded anywhere. Because like Sivo didn't have a ticket, Join Dota League didn't have a ticket, other than for Div 1, I wasn't in Div 1. So all these leagues didn't have tickets, so I have all these games that are just lost to history, and I'm like, man, I can't bring these up. Damn it.
I remember this is the first game I could find. I was against you, so this I'll have to solve this game. I'll have to find this game a different time. I think our win rate's really bad together. Holy shit! Did you know that, Patrick? We have a negative win rate
Really?
in pub games, not counting in houses.
That sounds surprising. That doesn't seem right to me. I feel like we win games together, but
Likewise.
yeah, I felt like I lose with players who have like a 60% win rate with. So maybe it's maybe we're just we're too cocky, you know. Logical bros, we got too cocky. And ended up going a little bit off the deep end statistically. We are still paused, by the way. We don't know where okay, Doss is apparently back. He is in the lobby. He is reconnected into the server. We're here, potentially, for some more Dota 2. Hopefully. Ideally. How do we... Oh, I know why. I invited you to play with my 3K friends one day, and we lost all those games. And you invited me to play with AB1, and we lost all those games too. That's why we have negative win rate.
I see.
That me, you, AB1 stack, we just kept queuing into like 4 Zoomers and China stack, and we just kept losing.
Yeah.
That's why we're negative.
I think if it counted, actually, I have no idea if we would be positive if it counted ticketed games.
It's gotta be positive. I'm a ticketed game expert, I'm sure.
Take a peek.
I'm pretty sure like I have like a 70% win rate in Abaddon of tickets. Yeah, 65.3%.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Wait,
sure
I
a
did
number
this.
of games here. Wait, what now?
We have no. I did this by accident. Actually, wait. We've got a never mind. We got a we have 41 games together, 46% win rate. And then we have 16 games against each other, and we're even. We're 8-8 against each other.
What can you do? We have resumed from the never-ending pause. We are here for the game, the main attraction, if you are just joining us. In the middle of the pause, it is Dota 2 we are playing, not pause screen. Appears to be 2 runes to both teams, unless Nier makes an absolutely wild and crazy play. Or perhaps his team is rotating over to this bottom river rune. And it will be... Wait a minute. Mr. Lens runs for the second rune for his team, and it will be 2 runes to 2 runes. I got hyped up for absolutely nothing.
There's not a whole lot happening. Oh, Daw's kind of a beast of the game. He just dewards his ward here. That's not really the most common ward spot. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just like watched this guy's replays and saw that he places this ward, because this does not catch every ward. This is like there are a whole plethora of different wards that it doesn't catch.
It does catch, you know, right here and right here. 2 spots. But this time it ended up working out for Doss. I'm sure old man Doss does his homework. I mean, he gotta do something, right?
Yeah, placing wards in this area and in this area is like pretty bad, I'd say. Like this area, because if there's any small camp shenanigans, you try to unblock it, then sentries get placed there, and then you can kind of just like they can unblock a camp and kill your Obzor, and that's like really bad if they get the 2-for-1. So I'd say this is not a very good starting ward. Besides the point, though, some people will still place it.
Dire's bottom
I know, speaking about warding, I know there's some players that love to put the exact same ward every game in the exact same spot. So I guess if Mr. Lens does that, then there is some opportunity to get some D wards up. Looking over at our top lane, we see Alchemist with a 1-1-0 skill build. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, I want to say it's standard. I'm not sure what people get at level 2, but the level 1 unstable concoction is really good. It's actually just like a better CK stun now, since the CK stuns got nerfed. Even before, it's like pretty solid if you think about it. Hobbs is...
Yeah, it will be First Blood perhaps coming out its top lane. Thought it might be bottom lane. Actually, never mind. Somehow both offlaners have a very... Wait, there it is. Mango.
Bangle the
Crystal
Elk?
Nova.
Oh.
Frostbite perhaps? No! Patience just too slow. The move speed not high enough. So both offlaners nearly find the grave and neither will die quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, this Elk stun's 150 damage, 1.75 seconds stun, and it gives you a little bit of move speed as well, which is actually kind of noticeable. And so you can kind of just spam stun on early levels. And it's also nice because it doesn't push the lane out like Acid Spray does. So this has been the most common way to play carry Alk recently. Pretty good build. Especially with CM in your lane, you're able to just throw out a lot of stuns. And CM is like a super strong laner early on, so... It got a pretty strong kill game.
Him and Alpha will attempt a kill on Marcy. The Sasquatch will survive for the time being. This is going to be the mission, is can we remember Marcy's ability names again? I know the names, I just don't know what is what, so we'll have to play it by ear. Here comes in Sasquatch with the rebound. He disposes Alchemist. Alchemist is on the run. Hobbs has Dragon Tail, but Alk remains 1/4 HP. Has a Fairy Fire. He's on the run. Attempting to survive. We have rebound up in 3. Dispose in 3 as well. The Sasquatch will not go for the bold dive on Alchemist. He will let him escape. Probably the wise decision. Wait, he's going in? Never mind. No kill.
Yeah, he's just trying to...
He's disposing.
Yeah. You can't... Important to note that you can't jump off enemy or neutral units. You can only rebound off of friendly units. And so when you're chasing like that and you're the only hero... If you're like solo chasing heroes, it can be hard sometimes.
And we have not looked at the middle lane in a literally ever. It is a Void Spirit Kunkka lane. We perhaps might see a kill. Festival is incredibly low, as is Mr. Lens. Spells are on cooldown for both of the mid laners though, so it appears as though there will be no kill. This water rune's grabbed at minute 4. Remnants off the mark, and everyone will survive.
Yeah. I think it's pretty chill. I would have been surprised if one of the players died there. Also, I talked a lot about Void Spirit Death Prophet, but not so much about the matchup that's actually on the screen. This matchup's pretty bad for Void Spirit, I think. The Resonant Pulse doesn't save you from Tidebringer, and so you just kind of eat shit when Kunkka walks up to the wave and Tidebringers. Festival's doing pretty fine though. He's actually winning. Ooh.
Or the top lane, I'm sure somebody's going to die this time. Both
No.
Marcy and Alk are quite low. Never mind, nobody's going to die. I'm completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit difficult to kill Marcy just because the hero is very survivable early on. Rebound's huge, and it can save the other person. Okay, Alk's dead
Goes
though.
on Alk into Dragon Tail. Is there enough damage? A few more hits will do it. One more. In comes the dispose, and down goes off. In goes the rebound, my bad. But it is First Blood going to Otter's very own Sasquatch. Let's say Otter's formerly very own Sasquatch, but it is still First Blood.
It's not even formally. Look, he's Otter Sasquatch. It says it right there on the screen.
You know, you are right. He is still listed as Otter's Sasquatch, even though Otters has been disbanded for a solid 18 months.
This bottom lane, I'm kind of surprised with how it's been going. I thought Nier would do a lot better, honestly. Ricky early in the lane is really strong, and Death Prophet's like pretty decent, but not crazy. Get some.
It's a big brawl bottom lane. Tiani and Nier both quite low. Tiani walks in trying to bring down anybody he can, but he dies to Nether Blast. Now it's Nier and Doss headed to Simon. Simon put down poisons. There's 4 stacks on both Ricky and Pugna. Now 5 stacks on Ricky, but it's a blink in by Nier, and the damage is dodged. Wait, no, it's not dodged. Wait, you saw the animation there, right? From Draiden?
Yeah, he died before he got it off.
Okay. Either way, though, Nier and Zoss both survive. Neither of the laners on the Dire side survive. It is a clean 2-0.
Yeah, this is more how I was expecting this lane to go. Ricky is really strong in the early laning stage. This hero, it's got an insane amount of base damage, a lot of HP regen. The double blink strike with the slow is also just insanely good at chasing heroes. I think that with the Orb of Venom or Orb of Corrosion, this hero is really strong in the lane. Yeah, he looks fine, I think.
He is brawling, but he will dissimulate away to the south side and will astral step away from the Dire intruders. Over to top lane, it is a rebound in by Sasquatch. Dispose is up, bringing Patience away from this tower. Hobbs will grab that kill. It is 4-0. All kills going to Draiden Fanclub, and they're up by 2k at minute 7.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Like, they really are up 2k gold, actually. Pretty surprising. I guess it's because Off is actually really low on CS. He's been struggling a lot in the top lane. 20 CS right now. Hobbs is literally just gonna run under his tower and A-click him. Yeah, I mean, this is... It's pretty obnoxious for Kunkka to just, like, try to TP here. Okay, maybe he dies if he takes some tower hits, and the CM is here as well. But Kunkka can't just, like, 100 to 0 DK with the TP. He's gonna get stunned.
They're going to attempt to kill Alchemist once again. TP in by Mr. Lens, but Off is taking a ton of damage from Hobbs. Will do it. It's now 5th kill for Draiden Fanclub. Torrent will not hit. Hobbs and Sasquatch still run away. Mr. Lens is hunting, has all of his spells but Torrent up. The Sasquatch is juking to the south. The ward is dropped. They now see Sasquatch, but Crystal Nova is missed. Sasquatch has Dispose and Rebound and a Festival Void Spirit. They engage on Patience. Tiebreaker cleaves him down. In comes the Remnant, saving Sasquatch for now. Dispose again is up. He will use it to stun Mr. Lens. Festival will manfight. Tidebringer does not hit the Marcy. And that will be a 6th kill cleanly, it appears. Unless Mr. Lens is about to kill Sasquatch. I don't think he is. Wait, maybe he is.
This is close. I think he might have died to that. At the, like, 240 each. No, there's no way he takes 240 damage.
It is a lot of damage on Tidebringer, to be fair.
It is. It's unreasonable.
Bottom line is a 2v3 fight. Dire have the 3 heroes, but Tiani is very low on HP. Nier was banished, is half HP, frostbite, and saddle poison, but in comes Sasquatch. Rebounding in to bring down Tiani, and they keep Nier alive barely. No! Simon, with the Disruption Illusions, brings down the Rookie, and they move to Patience. He tanks another blast, but Doss and Sasquatch must back off. They cannot continue that kill. It is a 1-for-1 trade, core for core, but notably, at long last, Boring Zone are on the board.
Ricky's a big kill as well. Doss is... Oh, this is... Yeah, he's dead.
Doss, I mean, he'll decraft himself, but there's no survival with that rotation from Mr. Lens.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice rotation if they get the tower right now. Off is just getting annoyed by Festival in the top lane. This is a pretty solid rotation though. Just come kill whoever's holding the tower here. Doss has also been having a really nice game. He's like easily level 6 already. Had 2 kills to his name as well. He's even maxing Netherblast. This guy's griefing the game. He doesn't care.
We are seeing a tower, 4-tower trade. Both teams safe lane T1 towers go down. But is Draiden Fanclub making the big plays, perhaps at least attempting big play, as they've smoked as 3 towards Dire Tricamp. They see Patience. The smoke has popped. Step in, Nether Blast, Patience dead. 8 kills for Draiden Fanclub, and a courier on top. Notably, though, they have scouted out the Dire Tricamp. There are stacks at the Ancient and the Hard Camp. Perhaps Festival might go for them, but in comes Mr. Lens here to contest. The teams are split up. Simon gets engaged on by Radiant supports. So Mr. Lens and Festival get a do-si-do, but it is Simon who does not survive. We see Mr. Lens beginning now to hit the Ancient Camp, as Radiants hit the Hard Camp.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't take this if you're a Radiant. You don't have the heroes to. You need like a level 2 DK ult or something. They're gonna try to kill Mr. Lens on it though, because I mean he is taking it. Like, this is an odd time to take the stacks when you see them in your triangle.
Luckily for him, he did not, or I should say, luckily for him, Radiant did not have vision on the Kunkka. They knew he was there, but they didn't know exactly where he was. It was a little bit harder to, I guess, lock him down there. It is one more smoke. It is Hobbs and Doss smoked up. Hobbs has Blink blinking in for Tiani. X mark on Festival. He will not dodge the boat, but Tiani is already dead. Festival remains alive. He's purged by Simon, but he's still just tanking a bit too much damage. Disrupted by Simon in concoction from off, but no! A self-concoction! The step away by Festival. Dire tried so hard to bring down Void Spirit. They did not do so. Instead, they lose their DP and they nearly lose their middle tier 1 tower.
This game's looking really rough for Dire right now, I'll say. All the Radiant cores have pretty solid games. Nier's probably running around a little bit too much, a little bit too poor, but it doesn't really matter. I just like look at that, the Alchemist net worth and DP net worth, they're super sad.
Usually you expect a Alchemy from the NIST, but we see mid lane. Ricky engages in, does not bring down Simon. Decrep life drain onto Mr. Lens into a remnant from Festival. Dissimulate. Finishes the Kunkka. T1 mid, dead. Crystal Maiden, dead. Double kill for Festival, and that is a 5k net worth lead playing against an Alchemist.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Festival has a finished Vessel as well now for the Alch. I like this pickup. It's like actually a Vessel charge and the Witchblade auto attack are similar damage. The Vessel even does more damage, but especially when there's a lot of healing on the other team, it's a lot better.
In this
Like
game, it just makes so much sense. It's not only the Alch, it's also the DP. So there's so many good Vessel targets this game.
Yeah, it does percentage damage as well, so it's really nice against the Kunkka.
There we go. It's good against all 3 cores. Problem solved. It's already finished at minute 12.
Yeah, Festival is super strong right now. 4-0-0. It is. Yeah. Just having a really solid game. I think if he's able to connect with Hobbs a lot, then they can pretty much just go. Then anytime your hero shows on a ward, they're going to go feed. Smoked up on Dire right now.
On 4 different heroes, looking at their vision, they see Marcy and they see Pugna. They choose to go on Pugna, the easier target. X mark, Boat, Siphon, right clicks, easy kill, but they want more. They head and they purge Sasquatch. Concoction is channeled. Sasquatch will be rounded away, however, again, another self-stun from off. In comes X mark on Sasquatch. They want the Marcy, and they will get the kill. That's 2 kills, both supports, but 2 kills nonetheless. And Boring Zone having 1 quick smoke gank doubled their kill score.
Yeah, I think that Draiden Fanclub should have tried to fight when they committed all their Radiant heroes on the Pugna here. It's I guess they were just a little bit too far away to react in time, but they casted Boat and they were just like all showed their hero on the Pugna with the Pugna ward on the hill. I think that fight could have definitely been good. Yeah, they just kind of play patiently though. End up losing the Marcy as well. They're like super strong right now. They should definitely try and take a fight. DK ult is on cooldown actually. I didn't see that. I didn't see him use it. Oh, I guess he used it top for some extra boost speed, preparing for a fight. That's kind of rough though, because this is Radiant's window for a while. Auction be harder to run at if he gets items. I'll see him kill.
Radiant again smoke, and as you mentioned, it is the CM kill. I suppose if you want anyone to tank the gank, it is that Crystal Maiden over literally any other hero on the map right now. So it is an acceptable loss, but a loss nonetheless.
Yeah, I like the way that they are moving right now. Ricky TP's this top lane. Ricky really needs to farm a lane. This hero just doesn't hit the jungle. It's really sad. You can't backstab jungle creeps really. So I liked how they are kind of just like all the heroes are on Dire side of the map except for the Ricky who's just farming a lane like away from the action. I would like to see them like kind of sweep into the Dire main jungle and kill off this Kunkka. But I guess they see this Alch who's just showing bottom, and the Alch is really sad, so they're pretty happy about that. This guy is actually insanely sad. I haven't even realized. It's 15 minutes? Normally you'd hope to have like Radiance plus 1.5k gold. He does not have his relic.
That means he's a solid 3k behind where he ideally wants to be right now. But where Radiant wants to be is ganking Tiandi in the top lane. Blink, Dragon Tail, and a Blink Strike from Ricky brings down the Dire side offlaner. Over to mid lane, we see an attempt on off, but Chemical Rage, she will survive. Over to top lane again, we see a TP away by Simon, saving his life from the gang squad again of Nier and Hobbs. So across the map, 1 kill, being a Tiandi DP.
Hobbs is pretty high level, but I like how he didn't skill the talent because it lets him get extra points of stun earlier.
He is using its to great effect on patience. Freezing Field is the response, but Doss is healing his Dragon Knights. In comes Sasquatch rebounding in. They're trying to save Hobbs, but they will fail. Hobbs will die. In steps Festival, finding Gianni. It is a 1-for-1 trade. Correction, a 2-for-1 trade. Mr. Lenz looks to salvage, bringing down Sasquatch. He engages in, but so does Nier. Nier cleans up Crystal Maiden. Off will Concoction Festival, but the remnant from Festival is on point. The Vessel, the Blink, the damage, more than enough. 4-for-2 trade. Mr. Lenz will survive, but Radiant again. Draiden Fanclub, they have won the team fights.
That was really unfortunate. Radiant has had this ward here for like the past. Oh, they last 7 minutes, right? Or
Yes.
8 minutes? 6 minutes. Okay, they last 6
Six?
minutes. So yeah. I remember this number was changed in like one of the patches, I think. But anyways, they've had this ward here for a long time, pretty much, and this ward just gives Omnivision of the fight. It lets you see everything you need to. Radiant is way stronger. They have the vision advantage as well, so of course they're just gonna crush this fight. Festival is casting his spells really well as well. I think it's kind of easy to just kind of like slam your head on the keyboard on these spirit heroes when you're winning, but even still, he's doing a nice job.
Well, slamming the keyboard again has worked in favor of Hobbs. Or not, sorry, Hobbs and his teammates. They bring down Tiani. They move to Simon. Simon will juke in the trees. Radiant still pursue. Rebound in. Down goes Simon. They move to Patience, and there is no escape for Crystal Maiden. 3 fall. The Alk and Kunka, who were not really in the fight, survive, but it's just 3 more kills, and even more map control gained by the side of Draiden Fanclub.
Yeah, this Alchemist is so sad right now. He's just like sitting in the base when his supports are dying. Maybe if he was where this Kunka is, like game would be a little bit nicer, but he's just a sad goblin right now.
Yeah, I mean, he has the relic, but he's still not even at the full radiance at minute 18. This is just unfortunate, is all I can say for him.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but like, it's not unlucky, you know?
Smoke up again by Radiance. They find Mr. Lenz in the tri-camp, and he has no way to escape. Could not even attempt to use his Silver Edge. He was chain stunned from 100 to 0.
That is, it's quite rough. His item build is really greedy on Mr. Lenz as well, I will say. He'll probably be able to play the map a little bit better with the upgraded Shadow Blade, the Silver Edge. But I think that having an early BKB could have made his early fights a lot nicer. I guess his read on this game is that they're not really like taking early fights because they're down 22 to 6 kills and the Alchemist can't do anything in these engagements really. But even still, I think just phase no burst or BKB would just be better this game. There's a reason that it's pretty much the go-to Kunkka build for like almost every game, I'd say.
Dire are scanning. They are perhaps wary of a gank from Radiant, but Radiant are not ganking heroes. They are ganking towers instead. They have eyes in the middle T2 tower and the bottom T1 tower. The latter of the two being the much, and I do mean much easier target. It has fallen to DOS via the Nether Blast and right clicks. We see Hobbs using Dragon Form. Perhaps they want another bottom lane tower.
This is really, I'm surprised they're making this move. Yeah, I think it's way nicer to just try to go to the other side of the map, chase heroes.
The heroes being chased middle lane. Not sure who was chasing who at this point. Mr. Lenz has used his invis to grab an arcane rune. Really cheeky play right there.
Yeah, they need some dust on the Radiant heroes now. DK needs one. Voice Fear probably needs one. The supports definitely do.
Marcy just bought one. You know, it's like, alright, I buy a tome, buy a dust. I will avenge my previous losses. Mr.
DK
Lenz
definitely needs one.
It's invis. This man's wild.
Well, I mean, they know this is like the early parts of the Silver Edge. It's definitely like suspect. I would not recommend doing this, but he's aware that he can get away with some stuff because he's only had the Silver Edge for a little bit of time. Radiant has not really found a kill in a long time though. I think that's a little bit concerning. Festival is looking for a off now. Who has his Radiance turned off, hiding in the trees? But I think that Radiant could probably be setting up more with like Dragonite in side lanes. Just have I mean, honestly, Ricky doesn't even want to be in the side lane anymore, I think, because there is the potential for him to... Actually, there isn't really the potential for him to die. They don't really have any kill threat.
Lens has been caught under a sentry ward, but there was no follow-up. Simply a Dragon Tail into quite literally nothing. Well, I guess Fireball, but that does not kill Kunkka.
All the dire heroes are kind of cooped up now in their jungle, though. But yeah, I mean, I like how they push out this bottom lane, and then I think they should just go smoke and go try to fight them in their main jungle. That way, they just like clear out the entirety of the map. Dire has nowhere to go.
Right now, Radiant are playing where they have vision. They have vision over this Dire middle lane and the the Dire Dragon, I should say. And they are playing there. They're bringing it in mid. They're bringing it in bottom. They want to, I guess, play more of the map because they are out farming Boring Zone right now, and they're hitting this bottom tier 2 towers. Well, Hobbs really does not like this tower. That is 2 Dragon Forms in a row just to hit this bottom T2 tower. But it does mean once it falls, there's even more tracking control to be had for Radiant on the start side of the map.
I think Radiant missed their window a little bit. The DP has a BKB now, which is actually kind of like, this hero is actually pretty strong, so now you have to watch out. But I mean, Radiant's still just there. Maybe not still, but Radiant was a lot stronger than Dire. I think the fight is just impossible unless one of the Radiant heroes get bursted without clicking any of their buttons, which is unreasonable. Okay,
FS5, they find Festival. He has no defensive item. The Frostbite, the Torrent, both not even needed. Simply on the Void Spirit's corpse in Festival, who was deathless up to that point, has now died.
Yeah, that was just kind of too greedy. It's also kind of a result of Radiant not really doing that much with their timing, because they're just trying to farm more of the map to get an advantage, which doesn't really work because they have Alchemist, but also because they kind of waited for Dire to make the next move. Their Void Spirit just dies trying to optimize his like map efficiency. He's just playing really aggressively. I think he even used Dissimulate on the creep wave. Just sets up a really easy kill. And the Alchemist is kind of coming back into the game now. He's about to be higher net worth than the Ricky, and it's looking a little bit hard. Dire's closing in on their triple BKB timing, which is going to make the game pretty hard for Radiant. Actually, I'm like pretty concerned for them now. This game looks not so trivial. And Ricky has sorry, what were you gonna say about it?
I still like Radiant in these fights for the time being, but one more lost fight and then I'm very concerned for them.
I mean, I think if they're able to, they haven't really been able to get kills in the past like 10 minutes, so I'm concerned from that front. But if they're able to get concerns like right before they finish these BKBs on Dire, then maybe they'll still be able to have a solid window. But Alk has his finish, DP has had hers, and Kunkka's like closing in on his. I think that even with this Aegis, this upcoming fight could be pretty difficult. Unless Dire just like feeds, like Tanya can BKB TP.
Perhaps it is time to feed, or perhaps not. BKB siphons are in. Tiani wants to engage.
This is insane. Okay, he has enough time, I think. Yeah.
He will escape. His Crystal Maiden not so lucky, but he will escape on the DP. But that's a BKB on cooldown and support lost, and perhaps more might die middle lane. Remnant on off. Festival engaged on Simon as well. They kill Shadow Demon. They head to Alchemist, who has BKB. He has Chemical Rage, therefore he will survive. That's 1 BKB on cooldown, 2 heroes dead, and Dire got, well, nothing for it.
Yeah, okay, so they're able to get 2 support kills, which is pretty nice.
Wait, they see the X mark? Oh, never mind.
Mr. Lens is BKB finished. There. He's actually top net worth as well, which is kind of crazy. Because he has an Alchemist on his team, and they've been losing the game for the entirety of the game.
Well, they once again find Tiani. This time the BKB remains on cooldown, but he's somehow still alive. They turn on Hobbs. They turn on Festival. Tiani is dead, but one hit will bring down Festival. He dissimulates, and he will get away for the time being. Mr. Lens is... Wait. Torrents!
That was a blind
Torrents from Mr. Lens! Removes the Aegis. Wow, that is a beautiful blind Torrents.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. He did it like he knew the Voicer was gonna walk back as well when walk towards the Dire when he was walking backwards, and Alchemist was farming that entire time. Like that fight was without the DP BKB, and they still traded pretty evenly. That's definitely concerning. Radiant's also on a timer. You have Ricky carry against Alchemist, so you do kind of need to end the game with your window, and I guess they're probably looking to like keep building a lead and then end with second Roshan, but they don't have even like close to nearly big enough of a lead to execute that kind of a game plan, I think.
Concerning then, because I mean, ordinarily you'd see these Alk lineups not be that comfortable going like extremely late into the late game, but against these heroes, I guess they would be.
Yeah, I mean, Alk scales really well into the super late game. Like the actual Alchemist hero itself doesn't really do that much in the like ultra late game, but you can give 4 of your teammates accents and like you can just like funnel net worth to the rest of your team. This hero can scale really well. At least the hero like the Alk lineup scale really well, I think.
Smoke up by Dire into the Radiant Tri-Camp. They see Sasquatch, the easy kill. They will claim him, but they certainly want more. Hobbs is waiting in the wings, looking to blink in, but he cannot find the opportunity. So it's one Marcy dead. The remainder of the team is forced to walk away, and Dire may claim a third tower. This top T1 is 1 prime target.
Radiant. I mean, you don't really want to run into the Dire heroes right now. The fight is not too easy. I mean, maybe you can burst one of these heroes. Like maybe you can burst a DP. She doesn't have that much armor right now. She went for. I'm not a super big fan of this 4-staff, but like maybe you can burst a DP with the blink stun before the BKB. But like these fights had to be very exact for Radiant. Festival can die to like any opening. He can die to get frostbite to getting frostbitten. He can die to getting DP sounds from the trees. He can die from getting unstable concoctioned as well. And so he has to be very careful. Like the fights just feel a lot easier for Dire right now, even though they have Alchemist, even though they're down 4k gold.
I guess momentum is on their side. I mean, their lead, it's still not a lead. They're behind, but it gets better. It's positive momentum. That matters a lot in Dota sometimes. Step in by Festival bottom lane, but Off has the BKB. He's forced to use it, but it will save his life from any potential intruders. So potentially, knowing BKB is on cooldown for a minute and a half, Draiden Fanclub might just go again. They find Simon in the Dire Tri-Camp. Remnants, dispose, 1 dead Tutter Demon, but Tiani wants to fight. Exo, Siphons, BKB, all are active. In blinks off. Concoction on Sasquatch is near. Picks up Patience and backlines. Festival again steps in. Looking for more. Tiani and Off have run away in time. Mr. Lens is invis. Waiting for the right opportunity, but it appears that the fight will end with a 2-0 in Radiant's favor.
Yeah, Dire got like majorly outplayed that fight, I think. It was already kind of weird fight selection to take to go in on DP because your Alchemist BKB's cooldown for 90 seconds. But Kunko is pretty far away as well. Chanya might be going
BKB
down.
is on cooldown for 52 more seconds.
He's gonna get slowed again. Yeah.
He's slowed, he's stunned by Dragon Tail, and he will die. Again, we see Mr. Lens invis, but down numerically like this, it is one hard time to find opportunity. And Radiant run in, they want even more kills perhaps.
And they're definitely like strong for a little bit of time here. I see Hobbs deserves this for not having any detection.
There's some wild plays going on. Well, Frostbite on Hobbs. Off has Concoction. Festival has found Simon. Simon is dead. Off again will self-stun. He's now being hit by all 3 cores of the Radiance. X-Mark Bolt brings Festival away from Off, but it will not save his life. Nier blinks in for Patience. Glimmer has been activated, but his life is still going to be on cooldown quite soon. The creeps have spotted him. Step in by Void Spirit. Crystal Maiden dead. 3 kills. 1 buyback forced. Once again, Dire get nothing in exchange.
Yeah, okay. These fights are rough. Radiant's just flat out outplaying them. It's yeah.
Yanni again needs to be very careful. He has BKB, but will not need to use it right now.
They're missing 2 of their BKBs. Alchemist is dead for 25, but is still gonna be missing BKB for 25 seconds after that. Kuka's BKB is cooldown for 25.
Again by Hobbs. Good disruption from Simon, if it can save him, but it will not. The Remnant still went through. Unlucky for Tiandi.
No.
There were 3 units, and the one that was hit was real
Badger.
DP.
That's not how that works.
Is it not?
The real hero spawns one tick before the illusions. That's why you used to be able to do stuff like turn off radiance.
Oh. Cool stuff. Blink in, Dragon Tail on, Kunkka, Radiant again will dive in. They bring down Crystal Maiden. Kunkka has returned with his BKB off engages, but again, he has stunned both himself and Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight will turn, Alk has been stunned. Radiant blink in on everybody. Patience dead, off dead. Mr. Lens goes invis, but has been caught by the remnant of Festival. It's now 4 dead on their side. They again get no counter kills. And as a result, Radiant will hit tier 4s. They want to force out buybacks. And if there are no buybacks, they want to end the game. Dire have 2 buybacks, 1 on Kunkka, 1 on Alk. But of course, they do not want to use them. Lincoln by Hobbs finds Simon, who's forced into the fountain. Tiani will pop the Exo. Kunkka buys back X Mark. Where is it? I believe it's on... It's on himself, actually, I think. And now, Tiani's simply dead. Mr. Lens has returned to his own fountain. Simon has been caught again, but he will be safe in his own fountain. X Mark on Festival. Dire want to do whatever they can to delay their throne dying. 1 tier 4 is dead, and Radiant have their eyes on the other one. Alchemist alive in 5, CM in 10. It will be a 4v5 fight when that happens, but it will be down both tier 4s. Mr. Lens, big crit indeed, but everyone's still alive. Off, BKB, he's fighting. Doss, low, Doss somehow is still alive, and Nier blinks in, again forcing Dire all the way to the fountain. They engage on Alchemist. Alchemist is dead. Crystal Maiden dead. Mr. Lens with a 3-man torn, but again, nobody is dead. At long last, Marcy goes down, but Radiant want the Kunkka. Dragon Tail, the Remnant, the damage. It is enough. And now, Sasquatch buying back again. Radiant will have 4 heroes nearby. Dire technically actually defended. It was incredibly costly, but they have defended for now. The question is, how much more time do they have? Dire, their throne, it is under attack.
Alchemist has the ability to buy back into the game.
He does not even want to. He's going to let his throne die.
Highly advanced un-GG call.
Then that will be game number 1 going in favor of Draiden Fanclub.
I think Dire had some opportunities this game. It was also kind of close. I mean, there are some. Radiant definitely didn't take all the chances that they had, and they had a couple of 1 fights here and there. But overall, I say Radiant definitely outplayed them. I like Dire's draft more still, even after seeing how the game went. I prefer their draft. What happened though? The lanes didn't go that well either. Oh yeah, Festival had a really strong early game. Probably my MVP for that game.
It's never a great sign when the lanes go that badly. It's always, no matter what heroes you're playing, it's never ideal.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I guess the main issue with the lanes, I don't think the lanes were unplayable or anything. I think bottom was bad for Death Prophet, but the rookie wasn't crazy farmed or anything. Main issue was the top lane. The Alchemist was just insanely poor. Like, you expect Alchemist to be like top net worth hero, have a like cheater net worth because he's got Grievous Greed. But he was sitting 6th on net worth for a long time during the first 10 minutes, which is just not where you want to see your Alchemist.
Never good for a carry in general, but especially Alchemist, the hero who literally is net worth the hero. Oh no! Boring Soner not happy. Oh no. Okay, apparently the mental state not ideal. Off. Not happy after last game.
Yeah, I mean, that game looked kind of like it was really depressing to be out because like the entire game is you playing catch up for your first like 4 minutes being bad, and that's always depressing. Like you're playing 30 minutes of gameplay, you have to make up for 4 minutes of gameplay with 30 minutes of gameplay. And I mean, they probably could have won the game if they took some of the later half fights better, but it never feels good. And I mean, I can't blame them because the fights are not trivial to take either. They do require a little bit of finesse.
Saw a couple of the ganks worked out well, but none of the 5v5 fights seemed to go that well for Boring Zone. I think they had like a minor victory here and there, but they didn't really get any significant team fight wins where, like, say, got a full 5-man wipe, or even got like a key core kill even. The one key core kill I can recall was the one they got on Festival, but that was like a 5v1 gank. That was not really a team fight. That was more just, hey, there's a Void Spirit pushing alone without teammates. Let's kill that guy, and it worked.
Yeah, I mean that was like a very important kill. That was a crazy good momentum shift. They killed Festival like right in the mid lane where he was over. Yeah, where he's overcommitted, and they go and they take the mid tier one immediately after. They just didn't end up really getting anything else off of that. You can see like the dip in win probability if you look at the graph. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it was, but you can see it like goes hard down for a little while. But it's
Seems
yeah.
about right to me.
Hobbs played really well that game actually. I think Hobbs is like my secret MVP. I feel like Festival clicked the buttons, but I don't know. I'm not really that impressed by that because I also play spirits and I feel like it's not that difficult to just click buttons when you're running on those heroes because they kind of just play themselves. But Hobbs is really
pressed
nice.
his buttons. I mean, he dragon.
I mean, okay, Hobbs had way easier buttons to press. Don't get me wrong, but I think his first 4 minutes where he denied a bunch of creeps from the Alchemist is probably made this game a lot easier. You know, it forced the Alchemist to play 30 minutes to catch up. It wasn't just the Alchemist's own mistakes. And like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's probably pretty easy to deny creeps as Dragonite. Like, you just buy 2 bracers or like a bracer soul ring, and then the Alchemist press acid on the creep wave, and you just sit in the acid, spam like S clicking your deny attacks. But still played pretty well. Had a pretty solid blink timing as well. I mean, he should have had a dust. I'm gonna check, and I'm sure he bought 0 dust that game. Yep, fucking classic. But
Off-lane players, what can you do?
they bought 2 dust the entire game. Nier bought 1 of the dust. That's hilarious. And Nier's a big fucking dust buyer, if I remember correctly. He's a big aficionado of buying dust on core heroes.
I know a number of the better core players just really enjoy having that dust. Because a number of players just don't expect. Like, I remember watching Double King play. I think it was like Troll or Lifestealer. He just had a dust like minute 41 and just ruined the enemy team's day. It's like, the carry has a dust. What can you do? I'm just dead now.
I mean, I think like a lot of like on carry heroes, it's like, yeah, I mean that you don't really want to give up a slot for him. Maybe this game because Nier is kind of underfarmed, he could just keep a dust. Actually, he bought it pretty close to the end of the game as well. He bought it at like minute 25. But like DK, he's got a Quelling Blade in his inventory for a while after the Kunkka has a Shadow Blade. And then like even just like this bracer, like sure it's a post 25-minute bracer, but letting the Kunkka not go goblin mode because you have no detection on your team is pretty important.
What does goblin mode mean exactly? I'm curious. What does goblin mode mean? Logical.
I'm like logical's trash and yours my king. Let's fucking go. I'm not sure if there's a definition. I'm not sure if there's a definition for goblin mode, but it's just a state of being. I'm not sure what else to.
Is that the freshest vernacular? People going goblin mode?
Yeah, it's not like super duper new. I think but yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's this one account, this one Twitter account. I'll send you this little picture. Here it is. This is the one. Take a peek at that tweet. Animals going goblin mode.
I have pressed the blue button. Great success. We are in the draft for game number 2.
Ooh, I did not turn my mic on for that game. What can you do?
You mean your open mic in game?
Yeah, in game.
What can you do?
The one time you did tell me to do it.
Yeah, this is CT. This is why logical. Cam on, by the way. If you didn't, turn your cam on.
Yeah.
See, this is why logical. I like to go through the checklist because nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. You know, nobody is always on point with the entire checklist, which is why I like to go through checklist, must be checklist. Ensure a process is fully done, completely optimized, you see.
I mean, most of the time, I feel like the way it goes is you ask me, like, you're just like, don't forget to turn open mic on, and I'm like, yep, already did that, way ahead of you, Badger. And this is the one time you don't say anything. I had not done it. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
to
I
be
wanted to check
fair,
something.
we started the call a little bit late today, so I was kind
I
of just
can.
like, yeah, go, 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 go. Figure all this, go, 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 go. I just didn't do my checklist.
I guess Dire just don't play Marcy at all because they have first pick this game, but they ban Marcy. I feel like they could have probably gotten a Marcy ban out of Draiden Fanclub. They just left it in. But there's poor players, not a fan. Draiden Fanclub using reserve time on their first phase bans of game 2 of a game that they won very handedly. Or of a series that they won game 1 very handily.
They're not prepared for the exact same ban. I guess one of the
They
bans
banned
is
Tiny
difference.
here. They banned Tiny here last game. So if they ban Tiny, then the Sasquatch is doing the no reserve time challenge.
And there is some fun. I mean, there's been a number of drafters who have enjoyed odd drafting situations. Obviously, famously back in the day, Ice with Dennis would do the no ban strats. Maybe Sasquatch a nod to Daryl, going for the great no reserve time strat. Or maybe not. I have no. Okay, that is a lot of time used to ban Juggernauts.
Okay, so I don't know. He spends some time thinking about Tiny, and so they probably have some idea now if they select Tiny on Dire. But Tiny's not really that crazy of a hero. I feel like so it's kind of like yeah, I think it makes sense. I'm pretty surprised they banned Jug here, but I guess they probably feel like Off was not that comfortable in Alchemist last game, and so this game he's gonna want a hero that he's like really comfortable on. I think Jug is like his most played or something. It is one of his most comfortable heroes, and ban the Jug out because of that. I wouldn't be surprised if they took it off here on 8. Actually, I guess that's why they banned Jug, is because Dyer's first pick this game. And so, my mic is really bad, or my camera's really bad. I'm just gonna stand this way background. But this game, they have 8 pick on Dyer, and so you can pick carry on that 8 pick because you can ban 3 heroes out to protect it.
Do I risk not going to the bathroom?
5 seconds
No.
remaining.
Last time I made that risk, it was an 80-minute game. I'm not making that risk. I'll be right back.
Still using hella reserve time on Draiden Fanclub. They picked the Doom, which is like kind of surprising as well. Like, I mean, I guess they want the 4 Doom, but I think Doom is generally kind of bad against Pugna. They're just using hella reserve time. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Visage works pretty well with Doom 4. There's just a bunch of heroes. Doom 4 was like really popular during the major, obviously, so bunch of good Doom 4 combos. They pick Undying. That's an interesting one. What's the 8 pick here? I kind of assumed they would just pick a carry for off. Maybe they don't, but I think that if they don't, then Drain Fan Club's gonna ban a bunch of carry heroes during their second phase ban. Oh, Sasquatch, or not Sasquatch, Badger has the records up on stream. That's cool. Spending a lot of time still on this 8 pick. I guess Radiant used more time, so can't be that surprised. But I think it. Maybe they take that tiny now. It's actually like left in the game this game compared to last game. I don't think they had some crazy tiny play or anything though. I think that was just something that they had picked before. Actually,
Hey, Timbersaw pick. Say, you know what? See a number of these pro teams are locking in that Timbersaw nice and early. Let's get as well. We see 2 different strength here. Let's just lock it in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of this Timber pick. The laning isn't dying is kind of weird, but I think overall it's probably fine for Timber. Or yeah, maybe even good for Timber. I have like not seen Tianyu play that hero though, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, it's one of his more played. This is his 4th most played on Dota buff.
10 seconds remaining.
Did he play that when I played Mini with him? He probably did.
5 seconds.
Not in bans.
remaining.
Always a chance of this hero being banned out, which is, of course, a function of Captain's Mode.
Dire
7 bans. Very cool. Thank you, Valve.
Radiant
You know what we need?
Oh, yeah.
Logical. We need more bans.
Why do you need more bans?
There's a lot of dumb heroes. I want them banned. We don't even need bans later in the draft. We just need like a bunch of bans at the beginning, you know? Give us like 5 bans at the beginning and like no other bans. Screw it. Ban outs.
That used to be a thing. Remember, there used to be 4 first phase bans, and then there was 1 second phase ban and 1 last phase ban.
Those were good times. They're very
Were
good
they?
times.
I feel like
I enjoyed them.
I feel
Of
like
course, I am the primary arbiter of what is good. If I enjoyed
Yeah.
it, it must have been good.
I feel like as a player, it can be very nice to be playing in those patches because you literally need like 5 different strategies pretty much to be competitive. Otherwise, teams are just gonna ban out your ideas. Yeah, I can't imagine that was very fun to play.
remaining.
I enjoyed it. Those were good times.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, we are down to 20 seconds of reserve time for Draiden Fanclub. They are really burning the candle nice and early in this draft, and they have locked in the Grimstroke, which means it
Okay.
will not be the Doom 4 as we have seen in Vogue recently. It will be the likely Grimstroke 4, Doom 3, Undying 5, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it will be as well.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, they got Doom Grimstroke, his classic combo. Also, Grimstroke against Timbersaw is really nice if you get Chakram out, then you can just keep the bug on him, and he can't auto attack while Chakram's out, so he's just kind of stuck being silenced unless one of his teammates break the bug off of him. And pick makes a lot of sense. I'm looking at the boring zone drafts as well, and I think this Juggernaut ban makes a lot of sense. I maybe would have banned CM, but during their last series, during boring zone's last series, they had first pick both games, and both games they 5-pick CM, 8-pick Jug, and they won both of them.
I guess we see Draiden Fanclub have done their homework. I mean, they have a number of smart minds in that brain trust. I'm sure they opened a Dota buff or two and like, hey, CM Jug. Let's ban those. So I get those out of here. We do see a Shaman pick instead for boring zones. That's likely our 3 through 5 right there. Likely Shaman 4, Pugna 5, Timbersong 3. Interesting.
I like their draft. I mean, these team fights are definitely really difficult for them playing against Doom Grimstroke with like Pogna Timber Shaman. Have to see what they pick for their next couple of heroes, but I don't dislike their draft really. Their supports are really good at
Radiant
hitting towers early on in the game. Puck. Okay. Eh.
That's my I like casting Puck. Puck's always a fun hero to cast. There's so many great moments in Dota history that feature Puck. Puck's a very fun hero. Really big fan.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, the Puck pick is like
5
I'm not a
seconds.
super big fan of it, but we'll have to see. I don't like that they get 2 counter picks right now for Draiden Fanclub. And it's not like crazy either against the Radiant heroes right now. I'd say it's bad against the Doom, and then it's like Undying Puck don't really care about each other, and then Grimstroke is like a weird matchup because if you silence the Grimstroke, it's nice, but if the Grimstroke silences you, then you're really dead most of the time. You can get linked as well. They pick up Pango. That's probably Festival's hero. Has played the hero a lot so far in Lads.
You mentioned potential Puck counters. Pangolier, definitely not one of them. I mean, Puck Pango isn't as one side as it used to be, but if memory serves, it's still definitely a Puck for matchup.
It's like pretty even. Puck just kind of sucks. I can disconnect and go test stuff, right?
Probably.
Oh yeah, actually, it probably fucks with the Probably messes with the commentating or the casting in game, but what can you do? I want to go test this.
10
Because you can get BKB off, but
Dire team ban.
I'm not sure if you can get phase shift off. You know, like in between the roll hits.
I do know what Puck has, and that is with a talent, Dream Coil pierces BKB. Problem is, it is previously you could buy it with Ags. You could prioritize against Pangolin early if you wanted to. Now you just need to get levels, which of course is a little bit difficult given it's a 25 talents, which it's pretty late in the game. We're talking like minute 35, minute 40, possibly later than that, depending on how the game's going. So I guess Pangolin can simply be unabated for a lot of that game until Puck can eventually get that Dream Coil Pierce's BKB, which once again is never a guarantee in terms of early timings.
Yeah, it's like pretty. Like once you get to that 25, then Puck's definitely gonna you just coil the Pango every time he rolls. Until then, though, I'd say Pango's pretty good against Puck. You can't phase shift out of the roll, even though you have even though you have one frame. I think you need, or even though you have like one server tick, I think you need two server ticks to be able to phase shift. And yeah, I mean the lane will be fine for Pango. He can chain stun the Puck. You can escape coil until Puck gets 25 with the shard. You can just press roll up and break coil because you get magic immunity. So I mean, I like the Pang. I think Radiant had one of these drafts as well in one of their earlier games where they just kind of had like Pango plus like a DK or something, and that was their core duo, or that was their 2-3, and I didn't like it because the heroes feel very similar. They kind of just like neither of them scaled very well. Maybe it wasn't Pango. Maybe it was like Mars DK, I think, and those heroes felt really similar, so I didn't like it. And they kind of had the same thing where they have two like blink initiators kind of in Doom and Pango, but I think these heroes definitely scale better than Mars and DK. I think it was even DK offline. Maybe if it was DK mid, it could scale decently. But yeah, I mean, I like the Pango here. This hero scales very well, and then Doom, you should make so much money that you'll be fine. This hero almost always scales well.
I feel like this is a
Weaver,
really good Grimstroke game. Well, let's see. Do illusions get a Gemini attack actually?
no.
Okay, never mind then. Suddenly, a lot less good of a Grimstroke game.
You think so? I think I think that does not change how much. I think if that was how it is, I think it would be equally as good of a Grimstroke game as it is right now.
I mean, it's still a very good Grimstroke game because of Soulbind, but Dark Portrait of Zavi goes heavily down with no Gemini attack.
I mean, Weaver doesn't really buy that much stats either. Like a lot of the, I mean, sure, like you want Scotty on the hero, but I like Weaver illusions have never been that strong. Heroes never enjoyed buying Manta. You didn't even like illusion runes that much. It's a really good Grimstroke game, though. I will say, it synergizes really well with Doom. Synergizes really well with Ricky. The bug is really nice this game to cancel shackles or to cancel Pugna heal, and against Timbersaw, and then the ult is also really nice against all of Dire's cores. It's just a really strong Grimstroke game. They pick Ricky again 24. Yeah, it's a lot better Ricky game, I will say. I think this game is like every Dire hero is pretty much food for Ricky, except maybe Timbersaw if he already has stacks. I like Radiance draft a lot more this game.
I think I agree with you. I think once again I like their odds of winning. I like their draft. And I wouldn't be too shocked if we see Draiden Fanclub picking up the 2-0, which would for the first time this season put them at, I believe, above a losing win rate. If you are just joining us though, welcome to game number 2 of Draiden Fanclub taking on Boring Zone. Game 1 was a pretty decisive victory in favor of Draiden Fanclub. And in Game 2, Boring Zone want vengeance. My name is Badger. I am joined by the one and only Logical Dota. And hopefully we are in for a fantastic game too.
The greatest tragedy of
The Fourfly's trying to bait me, but I'm the dick rider, so I won't give him the answer that he wants to hear.
I wish I still had the cams on. You could have seen my laughing face on that one, but what could you do?
You're only making it worse.
Okay, let me take a peek because I've only casted like a handful of teams, like maybe 5 teams total.
I think I've casted a few more than you have, but I don't even think I've casted like half the teams yet. Let's see here. I've casted more or less half the team. I still have not made the full cycle through yet. Definitely gonna get a few more in there. We still have time to do plenty more though. It is round robin groups, so got plenty of time to get all the teams in.
Yeah, I don't know. None of the drafts have really stuck out to me that much. Actually, that's a lie. But none of the teams have been like, wow, they consistently have bigger drafts every single game. There was that one game, the game 2 of the Ka team. I thought their draft was really cool, and then yeah, I mean, like teams have had drafts that I thought won, but I don't know. All these guys suck. Not really, actually.
Bold words. Bold words. But they have been taken back already, so it's now no longer bold words. We may see a fight in the river. Correction. I'm hoping we see a fight in the river. I have a bad feeling we're not going to get one, but we are seeing a bit of a wraparound gank in the dire side jungle from Hobbs and Sasquatch. Which does mean perhaps something might happen. Maybe. Possibly. DOS, go feed, please. Maybe. Never know. So it'll be 2 runes to both teams. No significant action pre-horn. Nier has been zoned away by Simon and Tian Yi, so we are chilling.
Hobbs is doing. I actually I can't get behind this as Doom level 1. I haven't casted the game at all so far, but I just want to say I think that you should always get Scorched Earth level 1 on this hero, pretty much.
Greed is good apparently. He played against Alchemist last game. He's inspired to acquire gold at all costs, even at the cost of his landing prowess.
This Scorched Earth spell is just so crazy at level 1. It's 180 damage against every single creep in the wave. But I mean, what can you do? He's got 50 extra gold and he's secured the range creep.
Now, range creeps are very important in Dota. I mean, one might say...
He does have a Grimstrip. His lane partner is a Grimstrip, which is the best hero in the game, maybe, at killing range creeps. It is...
definitely up there.
It's very hard to double deny, even against most nukes. If you time your hits, then you can still deny them. Grimstrike's Q does so much damage that it's just very hard to deny creeps, even if you have perfect timing.
First blood, bottom lane, Tiandi ends up dying to the DOS plus near Ricky combination. I believe he had 8 stacks of decay on him there, and that was enough.
That's really rough. I think this lane should be pretty fine for Timber. I think Timber is Timber does pretty fine in lane. I don't like the skill that he got first. I think it would be better to get Chain or... Yeah, I think it would be a lot better for him to get Chain level 1 and for him to be 0-1-2 by 3, and then he can cut creep waves. But level 1 is definitely their window for getting a kill right now on Radiant. Undying super strong at level 1. Ricky is also deceptively strong at level 1. I think people don't know because no one picks this hero ever. But just having the blink strikes to chase heroes and a ton of base damage makes this hero really strong at level 1. Chani going down. This is probably the one way you win this lane as Radiant, because I feel like the way that a lot of people would expect this lane to go is DOS AFK? No, okay.
DOS is not AFK. He's just taking a lot of damage for...
His decay stacks are gonna run out and he's got boots. I think he's just dead.
Maybe he's trying to deny to the Ancients. He is aggroing the Ancients. He has timed it correctly. He will survive. Well, correction. He will not give his life to Simon. He's most certainly dead.
He did die for 40 seconds if you think about it, because he spent some time running away and then he died to neutral creeps. So now Tian has level 2 reactive armor. This lane got really hard. So, I mean, maybe that was the correct move to avoid giving his kill bounty, but it didn't really help the lane that much, I'd say.
It does mean that, I suppose, Simon wasn't in the lane temporarily, but he he pulled the hard camp during that time, so it's...
You're happy.
Unfortunate.
If you're a Dire, you're very content to not have your Shaman be in the lane, because you want to give your Timber slot this level 3 as soon as possible, and so, ideally Shaman would be sitting outside of XP range to let his Timber rush to this level 3. While I think
top lane are from both teams, actually. Hobbs' patience both very low. Hobbs is being run down by off, and it will be Dire winning that engagement. They even want a second kill on Sasquatch. Sasquatch Well, actually, salve to survive. I had to use the entire salve to not die there, but it doesn't mean he will not die.
He healed less health from salving than he would have by pressing his 2 stick charges.
Oh yeah, he had stick charges.
That's I know it is what it is. He buys another salve and then Hobbs brings it to him.
He is here to stay in lane. Yeah, he's here to stay in lane.
And then he's going top water rune. He's gonna see nothing. He's gonna go pick up a bounty rune. Him getting this bounty rune at 4 minute is really illegal, but he's gonna get away with it.
Speaking of water runes, we are seeing Dire grab both of them. They grab both top and bottom.
I haven't looked at this mid lane too much, but Festival is doing completely fine. Yeah, it's just really hard for Puck to like pressure heroes in the mid lane. You just try to farm really. You just try to stack the small camp as much as possible and like orb the creep wave and the small camp by angling your orb correctly. This hero, it just doesn't have the base damage or the armor that it used to.
I always just like watching this DOS versus Simon thing in the Radiant side jungle. It's honestly kind of hilarious to watch just these two heroes just ineffectively poke each other, but I find it fun.
Yeah, okay. I like what Tiani is doing in this bottom lane right now, where he's like, I mean, I don't even think he needs to pull the wave that much. I think he can just like spam chain on the creep waves to lower them slowly. But he just brought the creep wave like this, huh?
I've done some wild creep movements from Tiani, but I suppose it is working out. He's getting a lot of last hits right now. It's just not really getting that many last hits, but he's getting a lot of experience.
这波不亏，666。
This is Lil Nick Timber. He's literally just here. He's just chaining up and down to nuke the creep waves because it's super mana to damage efficient. And the Shadow Shaman's in the top lane, and they're trying to kill this Doom with the 3 heroes.
Well, Mr. Lens tried for a big play middle lane, almost solo killed Festival, instead dies under the Radiant Tower to Sasquatch by the rotation. So close, but so far.
That's rough. He used coil as well, so he's gonna have to TP somewhere, and then his coil is still gonna be on cooldown for a little while. Festival has roll when he TP back to base. And Sasquatch is already in the mid lane, so he is allowed to TP to a side lane right now in Festival if he wants. He's just gonna TP straight back to the mid lane because 6 minutes and he wants the rune, but Sasquatch kills it. That's crazy. But I guess he doesn't see where Simon is.
Honestly, Puck could have orbed in and jumped into the orb he used. Top lane, Hobbs might just die. Shikuchi and Raindrop has been used, but it's a kill middle lane instead. A roll used by Festival to bring down Mr. Lens. They parlay that one into a kill on Simon. Double kill for Festival. So overall, they're across the map. It's again looking good for Draiden Fanclub. They survive on the skin of their teeth top lane and get 2 kills middle lane.
That's pretty big. Mr. Lens doesn't have a TP now, so this mid lane is like handily won by Draiden Fanclub. They can't really do anything.
Draiden Fanclub and not Festival because it was a team effort.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sasquatch got the kill last hit for the first Puck kill on the Stroke of Fate, I think. And then he brought the Goon Squad in to get the second kill, which is like, it's what you're supposed to do. There's nothing really extra about that. Near's kind of struggling though.
He's psycho. He's going in there into the tip. Oh, Chakra was missed by Tiani.
Wait. Okay. It's good that he didn't let his catapult die. I think it's really important, right, to do what he's doing right now on Tiani. He actually has a salve. Interesting. I've never seen this before, but I can kind of get behind the idea. I think that this is like really depressing for Near now because he can't jungle at all. He needs a lane, and you just can't exist in this lane against Timbersaw. He minus 90.
He did dodge the dust, minus 90 indeed.
No, minus 80 actually. He should just kill the catapult and then leave. Yeah, there you go, dear. Well played. Denied it.
Technically it's denied, but the detection is on cooldown. Inkswell on Near will stun Tiani. Tiani will fall. Big gold for Near, and of course they want more kills. They want patience in Simon. They'll get a Nether Ward instead. But what do they give some Near space to farm.
Yeah, it gives him the lane back for a little bit. I mean, Tiani is just gonna TP back most likely. Actually, I mean, yeah, I think I'll go back to the bottom lane. Maybe I'll A-click.
Off top lane by Hobbs, diving off. It is a 1-for-1 trade though. Mr. Lens TP'd in, coil in hand, to bring down some vengeance. But that's a big soul kill for Hobbs, breaking down off.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. Off was like top net worth for a long time this game. Up until that kill pretty much in the festival is top net worth. But Off's having a really good game. He got 2 kills and then he's just been fine to lane against the Doom. The matchup's pretty good until you hit 6 on Doom, and he hits 6 and he kills him. He gets a solo kill as well, which is really nice, but I think Off's still like completely fine with how the game's going so far. His hero is like, it has kind of bad matchups, honestly, I think, Weaver, in this game. I don't think the hero's the best either, but you can definitely outplay your bad matchups on this hero if you know what you're doing.
In the river, we see Off. He's rotated in for perhaps kills on these Radiant supports. Festival. Pump fakes the roll, does not commit to it. Bottom lane, we see Nia running away from Tianyi. Tianyi has a sentry ward for a kill attempt, but will not commit for it. Link in by Nier. Nier pops his stick. In comes the rotation from Festival, who once again has the roll online. Chakram in, but now he's stunned by roll. Silence from Ricky. Link on in by Nier. Chakram will return, but Tiani cannot fight. He is simply dead. Nier gets a 3rd kill. He's 3-0 and 0 now.
This is like really unfortunate. I think that's... It's like, I think the idea is good. I mean, this Ricky, I think it's pretty illegal for him to be here, and then I think that this tower should die because you're Timbersaw, but I think he missed his window a little bit on Tianyan. He's like not quite tanky enough. And then I think he also, I think there's also somewhat of a skill issue where I think he's just missing some of his spells, and I think he isn't playing the escapes as well as he could. I think he could have gotten out of some of these deaths. They can definitely bring more heroes here on Dire, though. Yeah, okay, Mr. Lens is going to TP now to actually finish this tower, and I think maybe this should have happened earlier.
I was gonna say, at this point, it almost feels too late. Like, you have to use the Mid-10 siege unit to bring down that tower. It means that, sure, you get this tower, but it's actually in exchange for your own tower. Like, yeah, you get the tower, but you don't get an advantage in towers. You just trade towers evenly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, honestly, I actually don't like this rotation by Mr. Lens. He had the wagon coming in. He was gonna get the tower anyways. The fuck wasn't necessary. But yeah, at least you kick the Ricky out of this lane. Timbersaw's gonna have an area to farm most likely.
Ricky's game's a lot better. Top lane, but it's mid lane where the action is going to be. TPs are aplenty by both teams. Wait, never mind. Nothing happened. I was always hoping what happened, but nothing happened.
Festival's not really that farmed either, though. He's 202, and his early laning was really good, but I think he just like hasn't been farming that many creeps the past few minutes. He TP'd bottom and used a lot of his mana on the Timbersaw, which is like probably fine. But he just doesn't have a diffusal minute 11 with the start that he's had, which is kind of surprising.
Guess he was sacrificing his own game to enable his carry, Mr. Near Dota, on the Ricky, and given last game, I don't blame him. Over to Doss in the river. He is certainly going to die, but will there be vengeance? Radiant arrive. Coil is on 1. It is that Hobbs Doombringer. Festival is hexed by Simon. Simon will die with a very fantastic hex. He will save Mr. Lens for sure. It is a 1-for-1. Shaman for Undying. Support for support trade, and that'll be the end of it.
It's definitely sad to be pucked this game. Ooh, oh, you're gonna miss their Kindred on Pango, but Legion's gonna roll. I guess
Pango will avenge his loss of Arcane Rune, perhaps. He wants the Pugna. Mr. Lens engages on Sasquatch. Patience decreps himself. Festival's roll has ended. In comes Tiani. Shot from the slow. Life drain, the damage. And now it's a Doom. But it was not with the Soulbind. So it's only the mute on the Timbersaw. Soulbind once again bounced around. Patience and Tiani are both dead. They head to Simon. Simon tackles the Doom, but it will not result in any kind of kill quite yet. Mr. Lens engages in, bringing down Hobbs. He moves to Doss. Doss is low. Off hits to kill. The Festival will survive, TPing away just in time. Dire, with Puck and Weaver, clean up a bit towards the end, but it's still a 3-for-2 in favor of Draiden Fanclub.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I kind of like the way that Radiant's playing. They're playing really active, but I think that that fight looked really good. I think they just chased a little bit too far, honestly, actually, the more I think about it. They're playing pretty active early. I mean, they do have these strong ultimates that are able to nullify these heroes. Like the Timbersaw gets doomed, he's just a bot. He just can't do anything. He's just a creep. And so they're able to get the Doom on him. But they're just like not quite strong enough to be going for as crazy dives as they are. I think this is good though. I'm happy to see that they're playing this way compared to last game, because last game I felt like they weren't doing enough. In this game, they're they're like over pressuring, which is like not good either, obviously. But I like that they're like trying to do more because last game I think they missed a couple like early windows and they gave Dire opportunities when they probably should have just been able to cleanly close the game out in like minute 25.
Smoke up on 3 by both teams. Radiant find off, who went in mids with Shikuchi. Dire will find Hobbs right now. Rift in by Mr. Lens, life drained by Patience. Hobbs half HP. And he's running away from any kind of safety. He's trying to juke in the trees, but well, there is no escape. There is no way to get out of here. He has no TP for 29 seconds. The question is not if, but when, and the answer is now. Hobbs goes down to Patience. Radiance maintain a 1k net worth lead, but it might get a little bit larger with this middle T1 going down. Unless Dire can defend it, they're bringing in the TPs. Mr. Lance and Patience both arrive. Festival is the target of the Dire. They coil him. He's 1/3 HP, breaks the coil, but he's still alive. Barely gets away, and now it is Ricky joining the fight. Pugna nearly dies, now it's Ricky on the run. He's hexed by Simon. Chakram chains in. Down goes Near. Now Radiant move to Simon. They will get the trade, but Radiant need more than that. They want Tianyi, who once again will chains in Chakram out his life. He'll be forfeit. A bit too heavy on the dive on that one from Tianyi. It is a 2-for-1, but Dire gets a very important kill on Ricky.
Yeah, I think you're kind of okay with that if you're on Dire. I mean, it was just like 10 heroes in that fight, so it wasn't like there's any heroes in the side lanes that are farming, but getting that Ricky kill is really important. Feels nice if you're Timber Saw as well, because you get revenge for the lane.
He's just willing to sacrifice his life for the moral victory, I suppose. It's a very interesting two-man smoke from Hobbs and Doss. Tombstone is...
He has no idea this is happening. I feel like this kill is hard, but okay, he knows something's up. Alright, Beast, actually. What a player.
0 heroes right now. They now see Ricky, but at the time, they saw 0 heroes.
That was an important smoke to dodge, I feel like, if you're a Weaver. Because if you die there, then your momentum kind of gets fucked up. You have to TP out to the lane, and they get some time where you're dead. They're probably going to take Roshan because they have Lucky Shot. They don't have Undying ult right now, but Undying ult is super strong at killing Roshan.
Dire ping out Near. Wait, how do they see Near? They were picking out his exact location. Maybe they just knew he was there from the rotation. Or some kind of projectile from Tricks of the Trade. He was right over here at this medium camp in the Radiant jungle, but I think maybe Tricks of the Trade is all the way on this low ground and barely into this Dire Observer ward. Potentially? Doesn't really matter, I guess.
Map looks really good for Radiant right now. Just like the way they're farming, they just have all of this on Radiant, and then Dire has to like be scared in their own jungle.
Radiant's vision is far greater as well. Like, they have much more than that covered with their wards than Radiant does. And Doss is even going to D-ward one of Dire's 2 wards. So really, the only vision they have is this one ward on the Radiant side jungle, which is not the greatest coverage in the world comparison to Radiant's coverage. So that's the entire Dire jungle canvas, plus this top lane, plus this mid lane.
It'd be nice if they had a ward like in their own jungle right now for either teams.
Seems like neither will get it yet, though Radiant might change that. They've smoked as 4, everybody but Near in the smoke. Sasquatch has a ward. Doss does not. We're seeing a ward placed under a Dire sentry, but Dire don't have vision there. At least not yet. Mr. Lens has showed his face.
They got this ward though on Dire. He saw the heroes that were their smoke broke, so he's like, alright, something's probably happening.
Not hero like fuck that is one nice easy escape. Middle lane though is where the Radiant have moved. They had the ward spotting out multiple heroes, but they will not find a target for a Doom. They see Tianyi. A hard kill, but a good one if they can get it. But they won't even attempt it quite yet. They will let Tianyi walk away unopposed.
I mean, I think that they have, like, I think Puck should be able to react to a lot of these starts from Dire. Okay. Speaking of which, Puck is very dead.
This time, Puck no escape. Phantom's Embrace and Smoke Cloud, two very good abilities against Puck, and unless you can like phase shift dodge Phantom's Embrace with a good reaction time, there's no way out. Over to bottom, we see a roll from Festival, looking to lock down Tiani into the doom from Hob. Patience arrives, but I don't think there's a way out, and Patience will also give his life and the life of the Netherward by doing so. So now 3 kills, rapidly obtained by the side of Draiden Fanclub, and they might even go for more. Bottom tower is an option. They do have a way of coming in, but they instead will move to top lane. There are 3 heroes TPing in: Hobbs, Nier, and Doss. The target will be Simon, who is very, and I do mean very, dead.
Yep. He's been farming this top lane for quite a while. He's closing in on the blink. It's not the earliest, but it's pretty fine timing. Nier overtakes off in net worth as well for like one of the first times this game, I want to say.
They've been relatively neck and neck all game, if memory serves, but
True.
yeah, off's been ahead for a little while now.
That's pretty rough though, because I mean, Dire, their other cores are definitely struggling. Like Tiani doesn't really have the best game. The Puck has been struggling the entire game. Oh, okay, he's good.
Nearly a kill. I mean, one more bash and that might have been a kill on off. Instead, it's Hobbs blinking in for the Pugna. The Patience will remain alive. Never mind, he's dead to Swashbuckle. Big Swashbuckle hit from Festival finishes the kill on the Pugna. Mr. Lens is TP'd in, but at this point,
Is under attack.
it's not a great fight for Dire anymore. They've lost their Pugna. There will be no Nether Wardens. As a result, Radiant again will take some map control. Perhaps they could even go for this Roshan in the near future, maybe.
Yeah, definitely on Radiant they can kill it pretty easily. Like honestly, they got a couple of heroes that are like deceptively good at taking Roshan. Penga, I mean, I think most people know that Penga's pretty good at taking Roshan with the Lucky Shot disarm. But Ricky does a lot of damage, and if you just have a hero tank for you, you can get permanent backstab on Rosh.
Is under attack.
Undying ult works on Roshan fully, so you can just amp all the damage that you do to it by 25%. So they got a good way of dealing damage to Roshan. They can take it pretty quickly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
For now,
Yes, okay.
they'll be conservative. They'll go for this top tier 2 tower. Dire were nowhere near in the area to defend it, so that is a nice tower take into an outpost take, into potentially the Roshan afterwards. They instead will fight middle lane first. Off will Shikuchi away towards his teammate Patience. Festival will split the wickets, stunning neither. Hobbs blinks in for Patience, who decrypts himself. Festival is still rolling. Still has not found anyone to stun yet, and now Dire engaged for Ricky. He's half HP, but can't finish the kill. Chain in, and down goes Nier. Off will look to engage. He'll swarm on 2. Doss and Sasquatch. Sasquatch TPs. It is barely a lay-in time, saving his life. Only one dead on Radiant so far. Tiani chains in, looking to make that 2 kills. Doss puts down a tombstone, but it will be the last thing he does before he dies. 1 support kill, 1 core kill, and perhaps 1 tower kill for Dire.
Yeah, that's big, and Nier just goes reaching a little bit too far to find any kind of a kill. Feels like they're stronger. Okay, Tiani is
Wait a minute,
doomed.
it is the Doom on Tiani. It will certainly not be a kill, but
That is,
it might end the push.
yeah. They can't really get very much on Dire, especially without snakes or anything to hit buildings. Off can carry this game though, I will say. If like he has not died very much this game, he's 5-1. His hero is definitely capable of winning this late game.
If you think about it, the Alchemist Greevil's Greed, it's a clutch. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he's more farmed than he was last game.
Yeah,
Despite not
I mean,
being Alchemist.
it's the difference that winning your lane makes.
Blinking again onto Tiani, as well as Ricky blinking in on Patience. Both of them perish, so sure, Dire get the middle lane T1 tower at minute 22, but it cost them 2 kills, and perhaps will cost them Roshan.
Does seem like they're gonna be able to take it. Okay, now he's backstabbing Roshan, finally. They got Undying ult as well. And he's hitting it. Very nice, very nice. It's going down quite quickly.
It is about half HP, a little below that now, but
Ooh,
Dire
Len's
are
orbed.
well aware. They scanned and now have the orbed Roshan. Swarm will scap. I don't think Radiant can get there. Yeah, not in time. Off will Shikuchi away, but he actually might be in a little bit of... Nah, he's fine. Thought he might be a little bit of danger, but he is fine. He'll turn on Doss, and Doss gets annihilated by Off. Now it is Near on the run. They dropped the sentry, but could not lock down the Ricky. Sasquatch TP's away, but a blink in into a Hex by Simon finishes the life of Sasquatch. Both rating supports are dead. Tiani wanted more, missed Timber Chain, so Festival will swashbuckle away. But Tiani actually still wants to go in. He's not getting that kill, but he still wants to go in.
I'm not sure. It's very good for Dire overall, though. The Ricky gets the Aegis, but still, just getting kills like that for your Weaver in your pocket is pretty nice.
Here we go again. It is Dire down at Aegis, looking to perhaps put their eyes again on that bottom T2 tower. They have everybody nearby but the Puck who has travels to be there. But it still is a risky play to go for this tower.
Oh yeah, this bottom tier 2, you're doing that into Aegis. That would be quite something. I don't think Dire's quite strong enough to actively try to fight Radiant 6 versus 5 or 5 versus 6 rather.
I guess Radiant are not there, though. I mean, look at Dire Vision. They see 3 heroes, and they now see a 4th hero. They see Festival, they see Dost, they see Hobbs, and they see Near. They know they're not defending. But as a result, it will be a free Tier 2 tower side of Boring Zone. And as a result, they will get this Radiant side outpost as well. But look at what Radiant are up to. They're pushing in the middle wave. They're pushing in the top wave all the way to high ground. Dire must defend top wave, which means perhaps this middle T2 will take some significant damage.
Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. Actually, that's a pretty solid call. Radiant's gonna try to force them back, try to force Dire back though, instead of going back to defend. They do have Aegis. I guess they're just holding this area for now and hoping to push mid out and push top out as well. Okay, never mind. I'm just completely false. They're going back right now. Tick Dire out.
And they're splitting their attention. It's 2 TPs back. The one is walking back. They engage on Tiani, but Simon has the Hex and the Shackles. Soulbind is the response into a 2-man doom. Shaman dead. Timbersaw is dead as well. Radiant want a 3rd kill. They move towards Off, a very hard kill to obtain. And Off will Shikuchi away. Mr. Lens will Orb. He's getting frisky with the Radiant team. Will not get caught, of course. And it will be 2 deaths, 1 on Timbersaw, 1 on Shaman. Radiants still have Aegis for 2 more minutes.
That is a little bit rough. I think that it's kind of just free for Radiant. They're able to kick Dire out as well, out of their own jungle, so Dire's kind of got nowhere to play on the map right now. I think Off has his TP off cooldowns, so I think he should just go run to this bottom lane, like down the lane across like this. Make sure that he avoids wards.
There's plenty of farm to be had. I mean, camp. Lane creeps, camp. A lot of fun to be had for Off, but for now he's playing Tri-Camp instead. The more conservative positioning option, but certainly one that'll keep him away from Radiant's heroes.
Game is looking tough for Radiant. I mean, last time I said this, they just like immediately outplayed them in like 4 fights in a row and won the game. But yeah, Doss is gonna die to Off now, and their gold lead is like slowly going down.
It's only a 1k net worth lead, despite having Devour and a Midas.
Yeah, that's true. They do have Devour and a Midas. I mean, honestly, they're probably not even unfavored late game, but the way that they've been taking these fights, it makes me concerned for them, because I don't really think they've had a super clean initiation where they're able to get they've doomed the Timbersaw a lot, but I feel like the Weaver has not been doomed very much. Which, I mean, okay, sure, you have a Linken's on Weaver, so it's hard to get the doom off, but if you do, the fight becomes so easy that that should be something that they aim to do, just to try to get something to break the Linken's and then doom the Weaver. Or, like, dooming the Puck as well. Like, Puck recently finished the Linken's, but has not had it for the most part of this game.
Well, both teams have abandoned any high ground aspirations for the time being. Aegis expires in 14 seconds. Radiant have returned to their jungle, as have Dire to theirs, and seems like we're in for anywhere from 3 to 6 more minutes of potential neutral game state as both teams farm whatever they can. I'm looking at inventories right now. Both teams have smokes if they want to go for some aggressive plays, and the Draiden Fanclub have control again of this dire side tri-camp. They pushed out their bottom lane, and they've returned again to their happy zone, the dire side tri-camp.
Pango's trying to buy an orchid right now. Okay, never mind. He changed it to a hex. I'm not sure if that's...
Tower is under attack.
No, that's definitely less crazy, but still, that's quite the item pickup.
It is locked down in the mind for Festival, apparently.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I think he's kind of...
Top tower has fallen.
I don't think this is how he's supposed to do this job, but I guess I can understand it. Yeah, I don't really like it that much, but it's okay.
Is under attack.
I guess it is a way to pop the Lincolns as well, if you're,
But it's
eventually
obvious.
thinking in with Hobbs.
No.
I mean, Hobbs has no way to pop that one, so...
I mean, it's definitely not good to spend 5.6k gold or however much hex is to be a Lincoln spawner. Yeah, 5.6k gold to be a Lincoln spawner, that is not it. You need something to pop the Lincoln spawner.
Alternatively, you could go to Fuse, will pop it into the Hex from Pango. That's another way to do it.
That is true. I mean, if you're like 2 versus 1 or like 3 versus 1, then yeah, the Puck or the Weaver is gonna die. But I think in these team fights where there are like a bunch of heroes going on, I don't really like how this is gonna play out. I think you should buy Ags. I think you should just try to play as hero instead of trying to be a disabler.
Bottom lane, coil on Ricky. Ricky went for the tower kill, but he's actually now he's dead. Chains from Tiani will do it. Radiant want vengeance. They get Simon, but they want more than that. They move to Tiani, who has a Lotus Orb. Festival is still rolling to bring down Timbersall, but in comes off. Like during Sasquatch. Sasquatch gets healed by the Soul Rip of DOS, but he still will not survive. Back to Festival. He's fighting with patience. He'll roll up to get away. Tiani buys back. Festival is very low on mana, but he blinks away. Can Dire pursue? The answer is hell yes. Blink in by Mr. Lens. But Gleipnir from off. The big kill on Festival. It cost him a buyback. Correction, they used the buyback. They didn't really need to use it, but they used it nonetheless. And as a result, they certainly win that team fight.
Yeah, and they got a gold lead now on Dire. I think that this game is just hard for Radiant now. They have to like seriously outplay them to win any of these fights. Last fight, Hobbs didn't have enough mana for Doom as well. He joined with like 400 mana and then casted all his spells, and he was a little bit short for Doom, so he still has it up, but I mean, he would have preferred to win that fight. Nier is also kind of having trouble scaling because his hero's like really weak, honestly. Like Ricky, this is the kind of the problem with the hero is that doesn't really have the greatest items to buy. Because like he can farm pretty well with the Battle Fury, but he's not very scary. He does not do a whole lot of damage.
Well,
Please don't die as I say that. All right, cool, thank you.
Mr. Lens in a little bit of danger, but does not go down there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, yeah, Nier, like, he does not do very much damage. He doesn't have a crit. He doesn't have a lot of agility. Like, he's sitting at less than 100 agility right now, which is, like, does not make your backstab do very much damage. Even the Tricks of the Trade is, like, the Timbersaw definitely shakes it off, and even the Weaver does not mind that much. Like, I think this old Ricky that had the old Tricks of the Trade, where it was, like, it was just, like, it was, like, 100% of your attack damage or whatever, and didn't have the agility increase. Back when you do, like, Ags and Datalists and stuff. I mean, I think the Weaver would probably have to watch out to avoid kind of engaging with the Ricky in team fights. He just doesn't care, though. In fact, the Weaver can even kill the Ricky if the Manta's on cooldown, because if he's detected, Gleipnir can kill him. Alright, Tiani is dead
All
back.
play from Tiani, wanted the haste rune, did not get the haste rune, and now is no longer alive. And as you mentioned, it is a dieback.
That's a nice one. Oh, yeah, no. I was gonna say maybe you can actually try to take a fight as Dire with no Doom, but that's just false. That's just very false.
Here we go again. It is Radiant moving to the Dire side jungle, taking the outpost. Looking at their vision, they see the Weaver. Hard kill, but if they get it, a fantastic kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Off play is a little bit like too close to his team sometimes. I think it's like a lot of these times when the other team is aggressing, I think you should be farther out on the map as a carry. But he's always kind of like, I remember there was one time he was sitting the tier 2 and he was farming. He was just like sitting up here on Alchemist, and then even here they're like kind of posted up near his tier 2, and he's just farming the wave right in front of his tower when he could be bottom.
Smoke is still active for Boring Zone. But it seems like it will not hit regarding killing any heroes. We are seeing wards get planted, one middle lane. And actually that ward immediately spots out the Radiant side smoke. So that means the smoke will not be a mystery. Off pops the smoke in Shikuchi's away. Tricky play from off. He will now Gleipnir. Doom is available.
No
He's killing Weaver.
shots.
Weaver's just dead.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's already 3 heroes dead on the side. And they roll and they poke! Whoa!
Got
Ball
bashed.
play from Mr. Lens! John straight into the roll. I think he wanted to kill Dust. Technically, Dust died. But that is not a worthwhile exchange. That is a 4-for-1 trade in favor of Draiden Fanclub. And for the first time in a long time, this game is wide open for them.
Yeah, this is honestly kind of the same thing as the last game, where they like kind of build themselves into like a decent position. Where honestly, they were probably like potentially even favored to win, and then they just kind of mess up on some of these fights. Off just didn't get his like anything off in that fight. He even got initiated on. I mean, there's probably something to be said that he just shouldn't get initiated on at all, but he didn't get his BKB off before he got hit by the stuns. He probably didn't expect to get chain stunned, but I don't know. You just can't take that kind of a risk in these situations.
Dire forced to glyph, but guess who is alive? It's our good friend, Roshan. I don't think Roshan's long for life. Weaver is dead for 25, Puck for 35, which means there will not be a contest. And Radiant will cleanly grab that second Roshan of the game.
That's pretty fair. He's got the Hex finished on Festival now, so I guess they're gonna go look for more pickups once all the Dire heroes have respawned. They got this Aegis. I think they have a hard time going high ground still, though. None of their core is really the best at hitting towers. Ricky especially is like infamously bad at hitting towers.
That's the problem, is that towers apparently do not have a backside. They are, I mean, cylindrical, I guess, so no backside.
I forgot. Is Wisp immune to backstab, or do you get backstab no matter where you're facing?
I don't play Ricky or Wisp. I have no idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought you would know that. That's a question that I asked, not you. I've got no clue. Middle lane, they engage on Tiani, who's distracted by philosophical questions of does Wisp have a back or no back. And as a result, Tiani, also thinking about Wisp and backstab, ends up dying there. Over to middle lane, Radiant attempt to go high ground. The tower is quite low, and there's at least one siege unit to break back door. Off and Mr. Lens want to defend. Gleipnir is on 3, but all 3 are still healthy and fine. Simon is back to the fight. Shivas from Hobbs. Mr. Lens will blink away, however, the Rax cannot blink away. They cannot phase shift. They cannot Shikuchi. And the Rax are now dead. Dire will attempt to get some heroes on the way out, but the Gleipnir was missed. And as a result, Draiden Fanclub cleanly escaped, now up 1 melee barracks.
That's actually one interesting thing about I didn't realize about this Hex is that he does have Grimstruck on his team. So there's that combo. Sasquatch has his own kid. I really hope Dire doesn't lose like this again, though, because you just hate to see it, really. Like there's definitely potential for them to come back into this game, but they're just misplaying some of the fights, which is like they're playing like that like 75% of the game like really well, and then there's like that little 25% where they just get caught out or where they feed because they didn't click their BKBs.
Here we go again. Radiance engage into the Dire jungle. The Hobbs was hexed immediately. Soulbind is on Timbersaw and Pugna, but in comes off, bringing down Sasquatch. So Sasquatch and Hobbs, the offlane duo, both dead. Now we see a coil onto the Pangolier. Can they kill this man? The answer is hell yes. He's going to attempt the roll in. Mr. Lens is on this man, but no, he can't kill him. Needs a few more hits. Tiani pursues as the Mr. Lens. Doss is the casualty, but that is a big escape for Festival. Radiance lose 3, but they still have the Aegis, and their 2 most important cores remain alive.
Well, okay. Pretty solid fight for Dire. My plea to that they don't lose the game like that again worked. What's up now? Oh yeah, they hit Puck 25 with that fight, and that was really good. He just coiled the Pango, and the Pango was really sad. Almost died immediately. It's I don't know. Festival's gonna need like a Wind Waker or something. This 25 talent's a real problem for him.
And if he wants to build one, well, he's an entire Wind Waker away from a Wind Waker, so it will take him a long time to be there.
Yeah, he's got a Keto. What else? Weaver hits 25 though. This talent's super big with the shard, like the extra +1 Geminate on everything that's swarmed. It's off is really strong now. Has a dataless finish as well. As long as he gets this BKB off and he doesn't get doomed, he is going to disintegrate Radiant heroes.
Oh no! Doss has been caught immediately. That dude's in on 2. Doss will die, and Ricky will attempt to fight, but he cannot escape. He will lose the Aegis. In come Radiant, looking to engage. They want to get anything they can. They will bring down the Pugna. You're going to see Soulbind on Shaman and Timbersaw. A Doom. Blocked by a Lincoln Sphere, I believe, or something. Hops is dead, as is Simon. Down goes Sasquatch. Down goes Near. They might have done it. Festival brings down Patience. That is a death on the Pugna. But how can Festival get away? He has rolled up, but Dire are pursuing. They have found him. The E-Blade brings him down. An ultra kill for Mr. Lens. A full 5-man wipe for Boring Zone. And Radiant only have 2 buybacks.
Oh, okay, that's kind of big. They don't have buyback on the Ricky. Dire played that fight really well. They kited back. Weaver didn't press BKB for the entirety of that fight because he didn't need it, I think. But I mean, even still, he just did so much damage.
Ooh, blink in for Doss. We see a Hex and a Bash on Mr. Lens. He's half HP, but can they finish this kill? Inkswell stuns. Mr. Lens dead. And now he has no buyback. It's back and forth again.
They can turn here. I think okay, they're just gonna hard back on Dire. I guess they're like scared about a getting rolled on, maybe. They don't get a Rex. Actually, this is a crazy feat. Very unfortunate for Dire.
Today we were looking so good.
Off has a refresher hex queued up. I guess I can understand it, but I'm not really. I don't think this is the correct itemization really right now. I think he should just buy some stats. Try to just be really strong. Like a Satanic would be pretty good.
Even like Scotty wouldn't be that terrible, but
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Scotty would be really good. I think Scotty is probably what he should buy right now. It's probably better than Satanic. MKB could be good.
Against that, actually, MKB stands against the Ricky Cloud. Blink in by Salmon, Hex on Undying, but it's Dire again on the run. We see both Off and Simon being caught. They both will BKB. Roll from Festival. Will not stun Off quite yet, but instead will stun Chiani. Blink in by Near, looking for Off. Off gets away, as does Chiani. Simon was left to escape. Radiant focused their attention elsewhere. Now we see a Bash on Chiani. He's decrept by Patience. Inkswell on Near. It will purge off the Light Near debuff. Somehow both teams get nothing, though I believe Dire committed more BKBs for that fight.
Okay, well, I mean, they use Roll, but like, Roll's not even really a cooldown. They use Snakes. Snakes is kind of a cooldown. I think they're fine. Both teams are fine to go back to fight. Actually, I mean, Dire used a lot of BKBs. I'm kind of surprised they're making this maneuver, but I guess they realize Radiant won't expect it. But they're kind of set up on Radiant right now.
Yeah, Radiant were on the low ground on a bunch of heroes, but it seemed not to matter. They're just running away, and Sasquatch dies. He's hexed by Simon. In come both teams. Radiant focus Shaman. Shaman instead we see a Soulbind on Timbersaw and Pugna. Doom is up. Now we see a huge 2-man Doom. Puck has another 3-man coil, but do they have the damage? They bring down Hobbs. They want Sasquatch. They want Doss. Sasquatch dead, but Tiani will be the trade. Patience is dead to Hobbs as well. Take out the Doom, I believe. And now, Off. Here he salvaged the fight. He kills Doss, but there is still Festival and Near. Bash on Mr. Lens. Can he escape? He's bashed again! He'll E-Blade himself. Festival is silenced. Chain in by Chianyi. Pangolier is incredibly low. He will roll up, but he's hit by off. Triple kill for the Weaver. The lone survivor near, who is invis, will get away, but now it is Boring Zone once again winning the team fights.
Yeah, they only got 2 heroes now for Radiant. Dire. Maybe the Shadow Shaman's gonna buy Boots of Travel and Boots of Travel is in. But they do have the ability to take some buildings right now. Weaver hits buildings decently well. They got Shadow Shaman Pugna. It's gonna be alright. I don't think they're gonna just like straight up lose right now in Radiant, but I think this is like 1, maybe 2 lanes of Rax. The Shaman's not coming. I think they're just gonna like settle for 1 lane.
53 is broken. Mr. Lens gets blinked on by Nier, but it's an E-Blade from Mr. Lens. They hex Nier! Nier is simply dead. He does have buyback. And his teammates are beginning to respawn. Doom Undying, both are respawning. Mid-Rax dead. We see split attention. Initially, some pings for tier 4s. They move to bot racks. Ricky buys back. Dagger pops the Lincolns up off. Hobbs blinks in. They move to Chiani. If he dies, that will be a dieback on Timbersaw. But he has a Trickster's Cloak and Lotusaur. He'll chain away and get away. Dire cleanly escape, having claimed a buyback on the most important Radiant hero and a full set of barracks.
That's rough. That off's hex. Giving clutch there. He just hexed the Ricky, forced the buyback in mid engagement. Yeah, Radiant has to be really careful now. I'm not really sure how they take a fight. They need like some massive Grimstroke Doom combo. I think right now, like they need to soulbind 2 heroes and doom them both, or 2 core heroes, doom them both somehow.
We have seen a number of those 2-man soulbind dooms in the fight, but not on 2 cores. It's almost always like Pugna plus Timbersaw or something, which is cool, but not the same as a importantly dooming Puck or Weaver.
Yeah,
How's our buddy Roshan? You were saying?
No, nothing else. We have not really seen a whole lot of dooms on. I don't think Weaver has been doomed once this game, except for like the top lane, the solo kill, like minute 5.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
I guess in that sense, we're about 40 minutes away from our last doom on Weaver. Bottom racks, wards are dropped by Simon. Range racks dead, melees, I believe, will die as well. Doss puts down a tombstone that will not stop the serpent wards. So it is an entire set of barracks bottom lane grabbed. Now, it is Boring Zone up by an entire set of barracks. Roshan at long last has respawned. It is the 3rd Roshan of the game. Aegis Cheese and Aghanim's Blessing. Both teams are in the river. But neither wants to engage quite yet.
Yeah, this 25 Talon Timber always looks funny. Both these teams are kind of just positioned around Roshan. This favors Dire though a lot because they have these 2 lanes of racks, so this bottom lane is going to be constantly pushing into them. They're going to have to deal with it eventually. He even doesn't just like send the puck down there or something. They got way more mobile heroes. Yeah. Oh, Dire, like the puck just TP bottom right now, and they're still kind of posturing aggressively right now in Dire. Yeah, I think it's better for them to have more defensive positioning.
I guess Radiant don't know the puck just TP'd.
Yeah, I mean now they should because he just orbed this way, but now Dire sees that Radiant TP'd as well, so Mr. Lynn's gonna TP back up there. They're just gonna look to straight up take the Roshan. I think they can take it pretty quickly. They're quick about it.
Yeah, Weaver's doing a ton of damage right now.
It's not fast enough though. I want to say it. Doss is gonna.
They have to
Do
engage
something? No,
right now.
okay,
They
they got
didn't
it.
engage. They could have been there in time, but they were not. Aghanims, Cheese, Aegis, big spoils.
Zags is okay. Went on puck. Honestly, I'd be pissed if I was Shaman. This guy has had a refresher queued up for like the past 10 minutes. I would ask for the Zags if I was Shaman, and I would just drop 2 wards on the on their ancient, probably. 2 Exords.
There was a very powerful play, especially if your team is distracting, say, top racks. Radiant look to defend outside their base. Festival is rolling. They have found Simon. Simon most certainly will die, but they need more kills than Shaman. Leipnir hits on 3. Simon buys back. Sasquatch, Patience, both dead. Both buy back immediately. Off is doing so much damage to the backlines. Doss is incredibly low. Tiani will finish him off. Hex's Festival. Festival is still alive. Meanwhile, on our side, Nier and Hobbs focus down Mr. Lens. Hobbs will lose his life. But it's a buyback from Puck. Soulbind in on 2. It's Weaver and Timbersaw. Nier is hitting, but can he man-fight? Hobbs returns, heading for Patience, but he's completely alone. That will be a dieback on Doombringer. Now, 1 dieback on Radiance. They head to Nier. He's half HP, still fighting. Simon is dieback. They head to Weaver. Weaver is low, but he has the Aegis. Weaver will lose 1 life. Festival is rolling around, looking to control and leave. Radiance will disengage. Qian Yi chases. Mr. Lens blinks in. But other than the dieback on Hobbs, the remainder of Radiance disengage. It will be a 4v4 defense if Dire want to force the high grounds.
And no Hobbs for a minute and a half. No Simon either, which is kind of a big deal, but they kind of have everything else right now in Dire. Except Timbersaw mana. Timbersaw is extremely low mana from all these swashbuckles. Sending out clarities.
You could just like pop the cheese casually, like, alright, I need mana, here's the cheese. Plus 1,500 mana, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they could, that was a play that they could have gone for. But they're just gonna chill for a little bit. Seems like they don't want to take too big risks. Too big of a risk. Nier doesn't have buyback though. He's hunting.
Your Festival have hunted Chiani. I'm not sure. He does big KB, but he's getting bashed over and over again. There's 2 bashes in the Radiant. Both Pangolier and Ricky Avalon. Chain is away. Is there 1 more bash? No. There's a cheese instead. Leipnir hits on Ricky, but he will beat Gibby. Now we see 2-man coil on Grimstroke and Pangolier. There's a dieback on Grimstroke. Pangolier will use himself, but he is going to die. Notably, he does have buyback. Dire turn their attention to Doss in the Radiant's base. Doss will go Scepter himself, staying alive. Now, Pangolier has bought back, and we return again to perhaps another Radiant side base defense. Doom is alive in 10. It will be a 4v5 defense.
God, he has 2 open inventory slots right now. Oh,
Festival rolls, catching nobody but zoning heroes away. Tiani chains away. We have bought time for Hobbs to TP in. He has a Doom, but no Refresher Orb and no Grimstroke, so it will be 1 Doom alone.
There. Oh, Simon's. Holy shit, he's on the base.
Throne. The wards are dropped. He is going to die for this play. However, Dire will get the T3 top lane. Now, Hobbs BKB's heading for Tiani. The Doom is in, but it is reflected. Both Timbersaw and Doom are most certainly doomed. Radiant run at Timbersaw. He's being healed by Patience, but in comes Off. In comes Mr. Lens. Oh my! What a huge initiation from Off! The damage is massive! The swarm! The damage! It's everything dead! It's a full 5-man wipe! And that will be it! Morgan Zone will even it up at a 1-1 series score.
Oh, okay. I'm happy. All you know, all I had to do was plead for them to not lose the game 2 like they did game 1, and then they started playing all these fights really well.
The commentator's blessing.
Al played really well this game. I think that he had rough matchups, but don't beat again. Oh yeah, they're friends, aren't they?
Probably.
The Hex ended up putting in a lot of work as well, actually. I mean, I don't know if it was correct still, but it got a lot of kills. Yeah, pretty good series overall.
Yeah, game 1 definitely a little more one-sided than this game. This game 2 was pretty fantastic. That was fun. It does mean that both teams will be, I believe, exactly 4-6. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So both teams remain below 500. And Draiden Fanclub are still struggling to really put it together, which, in terms of like season-wide narratives, that's to be the biggest narrative of the season, is this team which a number of people were saying was too rigged to even be in the league, still 4-6. Sample size 10, and they're still below 500.
That's tough. I mean, I was expecting this team to be pretty good because I think yeah, they have some solid players. So I mean, like technically, they have like 3 7K x 7K players, and then Festival is like mid 6 as well. And Dust is probably a beast when he's on Enchantress. So team looks really good.
That's the problem. Enchantress has been banned. And they are, I guess maybe Hobbs is still 7K, but Nier and Sasquatch no longer are at this point for a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Nier's like really though. What the hell? I didn't realize he's. Yeah, he plays on a different account, doesn't he?
Maybe. I mean, he still has a rank on his main, so I guess he plays a
That's
good bit
true.
on both.
That's like way lower than I thought it was.
There are definitely some gamers
True.
that do not have badges. Cough, cough, logical about it.
That is true. I do not. I'm 5.6K.
Yes, 5.6. If you're 5.6K, when are we making a lads team, logical?
Yeah. Unranked
Me,
World is
you,
5.6K.
War play, let's do it.
I don't even. I'm surprised Foreplay joined KU's team. I thought he just like wasn't gonna play at all.
Give us
So that's
all
the
that
point.
retirements. All right, then, logical. You got any more? Analysis for us?
I thought that Radiant were like significantly the favorites from what I've seen from those from the like one. I guess I casted 2 series from the Sasquatch team, and I casted 1 series from the Mr. Lens team. So I thought they were the favorites by a lot, but series ends up going 1-1. That's pretty cool.
And then, of course, as always, thank you for coming on. You got any final words, call outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Lads?
Call out to Neff again for not showing up that one time.
Based. I'm sure one day he'll show up. One day.
I don't believe it anymore. He's never shown up.
I'm just gonna keep asking, and eventually he'll show up. I don't know when.
As far as I'm aware, that guy's asleep. He's getting ready for his China broadcast.
Check this. He's awake. Apparently, he's currently awake. Maybe you'll have to flame him for being awake, but that is going to be the end of the cast for tonight. Thank you to the viewers for tuning on in for a 1-1 draw between Boring Zone and Draiden Fanclub. Now we will be back on, let's check the scheduled series tab, on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for what should be a pretty fantastic cast between the two-time defending champions and the last champions before that, featuring Foreplay and 9R players. For now, though, thanks for tuning on in. Again, I already said that once, I'll say it one more time later, but before that happens, if you want to hire me and Lab to look after your pro tournaments, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or on Discord, it is Badger5713. We are available for your DPC or whatever casting you want. But for now, that'll be the wrap up. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.